And hello fellow aviators, VREF Summer here. Welcome to this Friday night flight. Coastal Airways, MLS charters. We're once again in Fort Lauderdale where we pick up the Inter Miami Major League Soccer side, and we're taking them up to Columbus, Ohio today. Well, there's the blue paint scheme on the Coastal Airways MD-83 yellowfin. We're here parked at Shelter. And we have 60 members of the Major League Soccer side on board the aircraft, ready to roll up to Columbus. So we're pretty much all boarded up. We have the fuel on board, and we just got to get the APU fired up, stairs closed in the aft portion of the aircraft, and underway. So let's go ahead, let's hop on board. Let's go ahead and get started with our pre-flight briefing, departure briefing, just so we can all be on the same page. I already have the aircraft fired up. Plenty of electricity on here. Flight management computer is all loaded up with the flight plan. And let's go ahead and do our quick briefing. First thing we're going to look at here is the release. So let me pull that up on the screen for everyone. Those of you hopping on board, glad to have you on board. Andrew Green, good luck on your flight. Thanks, Andrew. Always good to have you here on the flights tonight. This is going to be about a planned 2.5 hour flight from Fort Lauderdale up to Columbus, Ohio. And the weather is going to be quite a bit different when we get up to Columbus, which we're going to see here in just a minute when I pull up the internet web browser, because there were a lot of storms going through the Ohio Valley today and all the way through Columbus also, and it's going to be definitely a maybe a bumpy ride in parts of the flight too. So we're gonna it could get a little interesting at times, which is fine. All right, well, here's the Aviation Weather Center, aviationweather.gov. Great website to go to if you're looking to have the most realistic simulation possible. You're using live weather. It's so cool because you can use the actual sources that real world pilots are using for these types of flights. So let me enter this. Let me just re-enter, make sure we got the latest we do. So right now at Fort Lauderdale, winds are 180 at 4 knots, 10 miles visibility, scattered clouds, 2,500 feet, broken at 16,000, and temperature is 27, dew points 25. Altimeter is now 2.995, so it went up just about 0.05 of an inch. So I'll get that set on the left, and in the center altimeter is 2990 when I first got on board the aircraft. So it's rising fairly rapidly, actually, which is cool. All right. Looks like forecast-wise, there are gonna be storms moving into the area as we head into the day, as we progress through the day. But VM's visual meteorological conditions for the rest of our time here today should be able to get back in. Sean, I'm checking in for a bit. Have a safe flight. Thank you so much, Sean. Sean is our charter manager here at Coastal Airways. Does a fantastic job preparing the packets for us. Sean, thank you so much for all your work. It's very much appreciated. And we have everything we need to get Inter Miami up to their game. All right, Columbus looks like right now winds are 210 at 8 knots, 10 miles visibility, overcast 1800. Temperature's 12, dew point 9er. A little bit lower pressure, 2973. And in Columbus, forecast is calling for winds all the way, winds at 220 at 7. And actually, we're going to be 220 at 6 in our window, plus 6 miles. Showers in the vicinity, broken clouds 1500, overcast at 4000. Right after our scheduled arrival, visibility is dropping to 5, light drizzle, and the ceiling's dropping pretty dramatically, overcast 700. So we do have an alternate today. Let me put that in here. It's Cincinnati. So Kilo Charlie Victor Golf. And Cincinnati, pretty good weather right now. And on the forecast, winds 260 at 6, plus 6 miles, showers in the vicinity, overcast 1800. So it is a legal alternate. We didn't really have, we didn't need any takeoff alternates, obviously, because the weather is beautiful. But here's our release. We're flight 5801. We're going to be using VATSIM this evening to handle our air traffic control. Right now, I'll show you all what the current map looks like. We don't have any controllers online. Actually, they just came on in Jack Center. No one down here in Miami, but looks like Howard Snyder's on, and Jake Smith in Jacksonville Center, and then up through, we'll be in Atlanta Center space for a little while during the flight also. And then it looks like it's still uncontrolled up in the Columbus area. But hopefully we'll have some air traffic control for part of the flight. That'd be really neat. We do have our alternate of Cincinnati, like we said. No MEL items, so nothing's deferred on the aircraft today. NOTAM-wise, nothing that should affect us. We're going to be taking off runway 10 right per the real-world ATIS in Fort Lauderdale. So 10 left is shortened due to that flooding that occurred a few weeks ago here in Fort Lauderdale. We also in Columbus, there's some taxiway closures and some other things. Nothing that should affect our dispatchability up to the airport. We will review a few of the details on those NOTAMs once we're in the air. And same for Cincinnati. Nothing that would affect Cincinnati being a legal alternate for us this afternoon. So NOTAM-wise, we're looking good. Adverse weather-wise, let's take a look at the standard weather briefing. So you head over here to the tools. This is very handy tools, standard briefing here. And we'll start by looking at the convective sigmets. So it's sort of convective activities occurring. Nothing along our route of flight all the way up to Columbus, Ohio, so that's good. And airmet-wise, there's going to be a little more going on with this. Looks like we have some turbulence here. High level, moderate, from 21,000 feet up to 39,000 feet. And we're forecast to cruise at 36,000 feet today, so there could be some moderate turbulence once we get up into the West Virginia area. I think we'll be cutting over pretty close to Charleston, West Virginia. So once we're getting into that area, we'll need to make sure we have everybody seated due to this turbulence forecast. Surface analysis wise, let's see the big picture of what's going on with the weather here. So heading out of South Florida, we're going to be going through a stationary front in South Georgia. I think we're actually going to be cutting over a little farther to the east toward Columbia, South Carolina, then up over Asheville. Looks like we're going to be going through a stationary front in the western portion of North Carolina. And then that stationary front continues up through Charleston and turns into an occluded front just east of the Columbus area. So weather was getting a little raucous, as I was saying earlier. And we can see those ceilings are going to be just descending on the back end of that front there, it looks like, for us. And then it clearing up quite a bit later on in the day. And I'll say this once again to everyone watching. If you have any questions, any comments, anything, please don't hesitate to type in the chat. You're a part of the crew too. I'll have you riding on the jump seat for this flight. And so you're a crew member. Please speak up if you see anything that's out of the ordinary or if you have any questions or comments. All right, let's continue on with our pressure charts. Let's check out the winds up at 390. It looks like we're going to have a pretty much a quartering tailwind actually, and it's going to be at about 100, a little over 100 knots or close to 100 knots in the Carolinas, and then lightening up as we get into Ohio and West Virginia. METAR wise, really good surface conditions at airports along the way. If we do have to divert somewhere, looks like the weather goes down a little bit as you head east in North Carolina and also in Virginia. And once we get into the Ohio area, obviously the weather's not quite as good. If you head west, it's quite a bit worse. But Cincinnati's looking good for now. And then something happens with Cincinnati, looks like south, even in Lexington, that could be a good plan C for us if necessary. Radar-wise, you can see most of the major precip is up in the northeast now, mid-Atlantic, heading into the northeast. If you're watching there's another Coastal Airways stream this evening on the Flight Sim Broadcast Network, and Jason was flying CRJ 700 proving flight into Islip, so they were definitely had a little bit rainier weather up that way. But it looks like we're going to be on the back side of that heading into Columbus. Just a few little isolated showers as we head up through North Florida. Well, that's all we have here on this portion of the brief. Let's move on now with our taxi routing here in move on now with our taxi routing. Let me pull that up on the, put that down. I'll pull it up here on the Navigraph bar. So we're at Sheltair in Fort Lauderdale, kind of on the south side of the airport. It's a really short taxi actually down to, I gotta unload this and import 35. But it's a really short taxi to 10 right from here, which works out really well for us. And this Navigraph charts toolbar sure does work well for being able to stay aware of where we need to go, situationally aware, and also share with you all so you all can know what's going on with this. So here are Sheltair down in here. We'll plan a taxi out on Golf, and then a right turn Quebec, right turn Juliet to Juliet 1, taking off 10 right, 8,000 foot runway, plenty of runway for us today. Speeds are set. Our V1 speed's 129, 134 for VR, and V2's at 143. That's set here in the speed bucket also. We're going to be flexing at selected temperature of 50. Have the ART is off there, and takeoff thrust is, flex thrust is selected. Be a standard abort criteria, so below 80 knots we'll abort the takeoff for a variety of reasons. At or above 80 knots, we're only going to reject the takeoff if we have engine fire, severe engine damage, or the inability of the aircraft to get or stay airborne, or if we have a wind shear. Other than that, we're going to continue the takeoff and probably come back around and land here. We'll go up to 3,000 feet, then back around out of the ocean, work out the problem, come back here, or Miami International if necessary. Probably be landing on 10 right also, since it is not shortened. That's the other thing to consider. Clearance wise, let's take a look at our clearance really quickly. I'm going to pull it up on my end. We'll go through it, and I'll let you all see on the map here. But just a plan mode. All right. So we're flying the Agers 1 RNAV departure. Close that. See a little bit better. You guys zoom it in. You can barely read that. I can't even read it on my huge monitor here. But top altitude of 4,000 is set and armed. And we're accelerate to 250 knots if unable, advise ATC, okay? Off 10 right, climb on a heading of 096, that's set. And we are gonna check it down here. So 096 intercept course out to Elbow. So let's check that here. Elbow, then room at or below 4,000. YOLO, Lyric, Agers. We're going all the way up to Ducent. So Hertz, ARPS, Mart, NWAD, CZ, Ducent, and then we're off the arrival. Looks like it's Oven Pimon, Viap, Isuzo. Sorry, that's not. It's Olbeck, then Isuzo. Yep, that matches up. Olbeck, Isuzo, Gurge, Fisho, Kiwi, Burge. Yep, and McGinnis, and now we're on the arrival into Columbus. So let's pull that up here. Let's pull that plate up here. So it covers quite a bit of difference. McGinnis, we're already getting up into just to the west of Charleston, West Virginia. On the Scarlet 1 arrival, McGinnis, it's Scarlet between 17,000 and 10,000 feet. Brutus, and I think it's going to depend on which runway we're landing. I believe they're landing to the west, so we'll get this set up past Brutus once we get closer to the airport. Make sure they're still landing west. Looks like we're showing a total distance of 875 nautical miles, and in the release we were planning 877. So that all looks legitimate and good. So let me close this out and get us out of plan mode. that's pretty much all we got. Transition out to is going to be flight level 180, and for automation, we'll take off at our nav mode at 400 feet, and then I'm going to VNAV it once we get to 1,000 feet for our flap retraction altitude. We'll respect our speed buckets here. We're not going to check the flaps, or slats, I mean, once we get to past this final bucket here. V maneuvering speed at clean, which is actually that's not right. It should be 232. Make sure this is set. They did come out with an update for this aircraft, and let me calculate this again. What it says. Yeah, V maneuvering. So V slats at 188. That's what that's showing. So we'll just yeah, that's correct. So 188, we can go the flaps 0, just the slats out, and then once we get up to 232, we can go clean. Because you really have to know those speeds here with the Mad Dog, or you'll stall this thing and it gets ugly really fast. All right, do y'all have any questions on anything here? If so, feel free to ask. Otherwise, we're going to continue now. I'm going to get the APU started up, and we'll run some checklists. And we should be ready to go any minute now. Looks like we got the fuel on board as we were planning 27,000, maybe 26,850. Perfect. And let me get the start pump on. Let's get the APU fired up, ready to roll. Timer here. All right, cool. Go ahead and get some of the services off on the exterior. We don't need the air conditioner anymore. We'll get the ground power off in just a minute once we have the APU generator online. All right, here's the cockpit crew checklist. Flight recorder and aids are tested and checked. AHRS alignment is verified. FMS GPS checked, cross-checked. Emergency lights armed. Cabin signs on. Windshield anti-ice switch on. Engine sync switch off. Stall warning tested. Air conditioning shut-off switch auto. Fire protection system is tested. TRP is tested. Fuel quantity 26,850 pounds is checked. Altimeters 29905 is cross-checked. And fuel shut-off levers off. Cabin pressure lever auto. Cockpit crew checklist complete. Alright, let's check out the GSX. Just make sure that it's looking good with boarding is completed. Perfect. So we are ready to rock and roll here. Let's take a look at the outside of the aircraft while that APU finishes firing up. And you can see this is that beautiful Fort Lauderdale scenery, which they did a great job with it. And we're here at Shelter. This is basically where we take all of our charters for the sports teams out of Fort Lauderdale, right here at Shelter. And they do a phenomenal job, as Sean, our charter manager, can tell you. All right, let's check our voltage and our frequency at the hertz there for the APU. It's looking good. Let's go ahead and get that online. The external power off. Go turn the APU air on. Yep, got our pressure looking good. And disconnect the GPU. Well, I gotta do it through GSX, that's right. I have the Mad Dog set up to where it makes me use GSX. Dismiss GPU, there we go. They'll get it off. Go ahead and begin with our force start. Check. This. Transfer on, auxiliary on. Let's get our anti-collision light on. We'll get the aft door closed here in just a second. Once we get all of that, so we'll get the ignition supply off, and the ignition's going to be on system B this evening. Got all our pumps on. I think we actually have some. No, good. They got all the fuel out of the auxiliary, so just left, right, and center tanks. Perfect. All right, before start check, let's get the doors closed. Hold up. Looks like I got it closed. Perfect. Before start check, parking brakes set, EFB. We need to put that in flight mode. Stand by. There we go. EFB flight mode. Pneumatic pressure is at 42 psi. Engine ignition selector system B. Left, right, center fuel tank pumps all on. Anti-collision lights on. APU normal econ switch is in norm. Air conditioning supply switches are off. Pneumatic crossfeed levers are open. And thrust levers are idle. Push start check complete. Go ahead and get the door closed. And I'll get the jump seat out for you all. We're riding along. So here's where you do that. This is kind of the view you'd have from the jump seat in the Mad Dog. And here, I'll click it. I can find the click spot. And we'll get your... There we go. Here comes the jump seat. There you go. So welcome aboard. Have any questions? Like I said, just speak up. Let's get these engines started and get underway. Clear right, clear left. Alright, starting them up. Starting 2, then 1. Alright, we'll watch the N2 here. There it goes, N2. And oil pressure. Just wait till we get to 20% N2. That's our max motoring for the engine. Then we'll introduce the fuel. Alright, there's max motoring. And we'll get the fuel in there. Just watching for that fuel flow. And light off. There it is. EGT is rising. Perfect. There's 40% starter cut out. And let's make sure these engine temperatures stabilize. There's that EGT going back down. N2 is looking good. N1 stable. And let's start 1. Restart the timer here. Alright, starting 1. We're going to start them both because it's a really short taxi. N2. Oil pressure. Again, just waiting on that 20% for on the N2 for the max motoring. Alright, there's 20%. And fuel flow and light off. It's good, good, good. Just waiting on that starter cut out at 40%. There it is, starter cut out. Shut this. Alright, looks like EGT stabilizing, N2, N1 are all stable, engine stable. Alright, cool, let's go through our after start here. Let's make sure everything's looking good. Yep, looking good.
In preparation for departure, be certain that your seat belt is straight out, your tray table is closed,
generators.
completely under the seat in front of you.
That's good. Turn this off.
Safety, regulations require compliance with all right of time,
That's good. Turn the oops, I want to turn that on. Turn the APU off though. Don't need to burn that APU fuel if we got the engines running, right? Alright. We'll go ahead and do some of the flows for the pre-taxi. Let's check our controls really quickly, make sure these are looking good. Yep, they're all moving. Flaps are going to be at 13. So we'll get that started.
There are 8 emergency exits aboard the aircraft. 2 door exits at the front of the cabin, 4 overwing exits, 1 door exit.
We gotta do one more notch here. To 11 and then to 13. Perfect. Oops. Yep. Goes off. Alright. After start check, engine ignition selector off. Pitot and static heaters on, captain, airfoil and engine. Anti-ice switches are off. Air conditioning supply switches auto. Door Q light checked off. Hydraulic system is checked and set. We got 3,000 psi both sides. After start check complete. Taxi check APU air switch off. TRP art off because we're flexing. E-speed bugs are set 129, 134, 143.
Please
and
ensure
143 is in the
that
speed bucket. Instruments FGS checked, FMS GPS checked. Got the V speeds on the number 2 MC over there, CDU. Flight controls tested. Flap slat lever are 13 extended. Auto brake, auto spoiler is arm. Takeoff and arm. Aileron, rudder, and stab trim 0, 0, and it's checked. Takeoff briefing is performed. Cabin report obtained. Taxi check complete. Alright, we are clear on the left. Clear on the right. Let's taxi out here. I'll make a radio call and we'll get underway. VATSIM Broadcast Network. What's up, John? Hey, Jason. Looks like 497 may be down for maintenance. Uh-oh. What happened? That's not good. Oh, man. Oh, man. Let's check that out really quickly. That's too bad, man. 497 down for maintenance. Let me see what's going on there. Dang. Well, sorry about that. Well, if you need me to fly this back down to Miami tonight, let me know, and you can take it up to Boston, and then I can, you know, maybe we'll have to hop it back over to Columbus. Just let me know. We'll get going here on this flight. Let me take this out of plan mode. Here we go. You scared me for a second, though. I gotta admit, Jason, I was like, wait, I'm in 498, right? I'm not in 497. I was like, hopefully I'm not about to take a plane that's down for maintenance. That'd be bad. So. Fort Lauderdale International traffic, Riptide 5801, MD-83 taxiing from Shelter to runway 10 right via Golf, Lima, Juliet, Juliet 1, Fort Lauderdale. Alright, you see anything funny? Any of y'all on the stream? Speak up. And yeah, don't hesitate to let me know. I only have VATSIM traffic enabled, so we're not going to have, I don't think we're going to see a lot of traffic this late at night. While it's mid-afternoon in the sim, it's about midnight on the East Coast of the United States, and yeah. Well, I'm taking the fun way around apparently, because I missed my first turn, but it's uncontrolled, so here we go. So this is a very short taxi. Let's start at both engines. Looks like they're ready in the back. Test that. That's good. Alright. For takeoff check. We'll get that once we get down here to the end of the runway. I think we're all good. We got everything set. We're ready to roll. Y'all have any other questions before we take the runway? Because I'm going to be focusing outside the cockpit window to make sure we're maintaining directional control speeds. Alright, looks like final is clear for 10 right. Runway looks clear. That's correct. There's 10 right, Juliet 1. That's good. I'll make our radio call. Fort Lauderdale International traffic. Riptide 5801, MD-83 taking off runway 10 right, departing to the north. Fort Lauderdale. Alright, let's got our lights on. Alright, before takeoff check, takeoff runway 10 right, entry point Juliet 1. Takeoff data is confirmed. Fuel balance checked. We have 26,650 on board. We need 26,2. Brake temperatures checked. Engine ignition selector is on both. And EOAP is... I got that friction bug with flight sim that got me there. EOAP is checked. I have flight controls. Here we go. There's set thrust. Are set. Clamp. 80 knots. Check. B1. Rotate. Positive rate. Gear up. Nav. And nav track's active. $1,000. Climb thrust. VNav. Reduce to 10. Oh, pretty smooth up here so far. This is really nice. For sure. Jason, you're saying I'm good. All right, thank you, thank you. Yeah, well, we could discuss what's going on with the airplane in the air. I might even bring you all in on the chat if you want to join in. Just let me know. You obviously don't have to talk live on YouTube, but either any of y'all, but might bring you in to let you fill us in on what's going on. All right, looking good out to the right. There's a few little ships out there. Kind of a normal thing flying out of Fort Lauderdale, Miami area. You're gonna see some ships. One of the great ports of the world. All right, flap to 0. And then via maneuvering speed, clean maneuvering speed is all the way up at 232, so we'll continue the acceleration. I'm going to continue our climb now up to, well, we'll continue to 4,000 for now. I'll just level off. It'll be fun. And look at 3,000 for 4,000. I need to make sure we don't have any traffic in the area. Flaps up. Autopilot on. I should be leveling off here. That's going on. Let's get our takeoff check complete now that we're not hand flying. All looking good. Awesome. It's leveling off just like it should. Cool. Let me get the dial-up flap all the way down. Always hydraulics. They're off. We're on climb thrust. Get the ART back onto auto. There. I don't know why my view does that. That's fine. Get off. And ignition off. There we go. Okay, after takeoff check. Brake temperatures are checked. Landing gear is up. Lights off. Lights out. Auto brake off. Speed brake lever retracted. Flap slat lever is up and retracted. Engine ignition selector off. Center tank fuel pumps. They're still on for now. We still have 7150 on the poundage. After takeoff check complete. Let's get on up. Let's double check. Make sure we don't see anybody on Simaware here. I don't think we have anybody near us that I'm going to interfere with if I blast on out of here. Yeah, there's nobody. Alright, let's take it on up. Head on up to 360, and then we'll be talking to Howard and Jack Center soon. All right, there's 360. It's armed. And let's see, where is the actual altitude restriction on this? Oh yeah, it's good. Here we go. Heading out of here. Up to 360. Technically, I could have just kept on climbing up 360, but some of those Miami departures, they'll hold you down low at 5, and I wonder how long they keep you down in real life if it's like a busy day. It might be for a while. It's crazy how low they keep you. Alright, so when I'm through 10,000 feet, I am going to head to the voice channel, Jason, and any of the other coastal guys that are here. If y'all want to hop on board, we can talk about what's going on with the other Mad Dog. And, yeah, I mean, hopefully it's something maintenance can fix quickly. Sure hope so. Let's center our heading bug here. Just good practice in case the FMS goes wonky. At least keep a similar heading to what we were on. Alright, there's Agers. There's a lot of water down there. Those ponds and lakes. I actually did get I believe it's, I'll have to look it up. It's a water, it's like a water mod for Florida where you can, it basically cleared the trees out from a lot of the ponds and smaller bodies of water that were previously hidden. They shouldn't have been. So I wonder, I've definitely noticed a difference since I added it, and it's been good, but it was payware. Alright, there's 10,000 feet. Let me give them the bells in the back. Alright, cool. Let me just double check on the pressurization before we get too much higher. Looks like cabin is climbing slowly. Delta P, or differential pressure, is good at about 4 right now, and cabin altitude's still pretty low, but it's going to keep climbing as we head up into the flight levels here soon. Next big thing we got to watch out for is flight level 180, making sure we get the lights off and also the altimeters to standard 2992. Alright, we'll hop on over to the crew lounge. And Jason, you're welcome to hop in if you want. You don't have to, of course. But yeah. We'll see. Do wonder what's going on with our other Mad Dog. That thing's been a workhorse lately. For those of you that follow some of that, or if you were watching the Flight Sim Broadcasting Network earlier this evening, you probably heard that the Florida Panthers have forced a Game 7 against Boston. And Jason, one of our other charter pilots, he had just flown the Panthers from Boston back down to Fort Lauderdale earlier today, and it looks like he's going to be heading right back up tomorrow. I guess we just got to figure out which aircraft he might be taking if we have these. Hey, Jason, how are you doing? You're
good. I'm trying to look this this up really quick.
Gotcha. Well, yeah, you're live on the channel right now, and so what did you say was the problem is?
So if you look at your panel, like if you look at the main panel, I think it's right next to your primary flight display. There's a little annunciator, DFCG or DFGC, Digital Flight Guidance Computer Annunciator.
Okay.
Do you see that annunciator light?
I see the FDCADC. Is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah, what is it? Yeah, what's it say?
Foxtrot Delta,
Yeah.
Charlie Alpha Delta Charlie. Or is it a different one?
Yeah. There's one below it. Delta Fox, Delta Alpha Uniform? No.
Here, I'm going to test the annunciators. Let's see what. I'm looking for it.
Okay, let me go to the panel here. Hang on.
I'm testing my annunciators. I'm looking for those letters.
Yeah, hang on just a minute. I gotta watch her stream really quick.
All right.
All right, it's right next to your. It's right next to the altimeter, and then right after where you set the DH.
Okay. Yeah. Right.
It's right next to that. Yeah, I've got the manual open. What does that say again?
So the top half of the switch says FD. The bottom half says CADC.
Yeah, CADC. That's their.
Right. There's a flight level 180. Get the lights off. KDEC or something. Yeah. So did that come on?
Data computer. Yeah, I've got to see what's going on with it. I'm going to run a QRH right now while you're flying.
Uh-oh. What did I walk into?
We have, looks like Andrew Green has said go Bruins on this, on the chat here. We have a Bruins fan there.
And ejected from the airplane. Goodbye.
But, well, this is the soccer charter tonight, so I think we'll be safe on this one. Yeah, tomorrow morning, though, you might not want to be on that, the Mad Dog.
So did your airplane break?
Yeah, it broke. I'm trying to find what happened to it.
Man, I gotta admit, I got a little panicked for a second, because I was thinking, wait, what airplane am I on? Like, I already just blocked out on a broken airplane? What?
Oopsies.
No. I was like, I should check that tail number a little more closely in the pre-flight.
Wait, is one of our 80s actually broken right now?
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, what happened to 498?
497.
Oh, 497. So which one are you flying, John?
I'm flying for, hold up. I'm flying Yellowfin. I'm flying for Yellowfin.
So that's 497.
Yeah,
got a little visitor here. Hey, how are you doing? I didn't know you're still awake. Got a new first officer here. She is like almost 2. Hi.
It's awesome.
So it's like midnight. Why are you awake?
Abort, abort, abort.
Coming back around.
So if you see something crazy happen with the aircraft, it is our new first officer who has replaced Cliff. And this first officer might be more prone to abrupt maneuvers than even Cliff. So
well, she still might fly it better.
True.
I would think she would.
True. It could happen. All right. Well, thanks for hopping in.
Quick question, Jason. Do you happen to remember what aircraft I was flying? Well, I'll go. Oh, my trip. I'll go look it up. We have so many now. Oh, I was flying 808. Duh.
Mm-hmm. Is John still on?
I think he's putting his kid to bed.
Yeah.
So what failure did he have? Sorry, I wasn't watching the stream. I was busy taking a shower.
DFGC.
Yeah, it's this switch right here.
I'm looking it
on
up.
this
I'm looking it up.
Central Air Data
Something with
Computer,
the auto. Yep. It's like an 8-room.
which that's pretty
The
important.
737.
Hmm.
Yeah. It's really important.
Obviously.
That is interesting. Oops.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, first officer just ran back to the galley. First officer's gone, so, okay. That's fine. I have no idea. It's late, whatever. Anyways, yeah, I'd be curious what...
Is she...
I'm sorry?
Are you getting backup? Are you getting backup for your first officer, or what?
I guess so. I guess we must have a relief first officer, or just, I guess just a deadheader in the back. I think that's what's going on. Just wanted to hop up, check out what's going on, say hi. They have a really good. Yeah, this is just the abnormal emergency procedures. I guess there's an MEL and the EFB, and the Mad Dog is there. So.
Yeah, so DF, I'm looking right now on the QRH. So I'm going to read what the QRH says. We've got a... Say the acronym. Okay, it's a KDEC.
KDEC.
I had a KDEC failure. NNC 10-1. That's where I'm going. NNC 10-1. Alright, we've got a KDEC failure. That's what I had. It says failure of KDEC 1 or 2 may be indicated when airspeed, VSI, and altimeter instruments on associate side have off-flagged in view. That's what I had too. Flight may not be permitted in RVSM airspace.
Uh-oh.
I was on approach when it happened.
Well, you're flying down at 26,000 earlier, weren't you? So
Yeah.
you just stay down there again.
That is RVSM, right?
It's like 280 and above. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Contact ATC to refer to airway manual navigation section. Failure of KDEC on the side of the selected autopilot, which is my side, will cause the FMC to timeout, which it did. Correct the KDEC problem and then refer to FMC lock timeout procedure.
Wow. So it actually simulated all of that.
It failed. It locked me out, everything. When I was visual, I was like at 8,000 feet, and I'm like, oh, I'm going.
And the annunciator came on?
Everything. Yep.
That's awesome.
KDEC operates captain side. That's the KDEC 1. Check reset KDEC 1 overhead or KDEC 2. And circuit breaker tripped. I didn't have time to do any of that.
Yeah, what is it? I know some of the overhead circuit breaker panels, it looks like those are applicable.
Pushable, yeah. Yeah.
But then the ones, some of the other ones are not, it looks like. But cool.
Alright, so that's... Now I gotta look up the MEL. And then I gotta look at how much is this gonna cost us and how long would it take to...
We have...
I think it'd be pretty quick because it's just a swap of a computer.
So Captain Kavu has checked in with us and says the fix for the #1 KDEC light is to put the KDEC selector to both on 2.
Right.
All right.
Now is it? It's a failure though of KDEC 1, isn't it?
Well, I guess now you gotta get it fixed or deferred.
I gotta get fixed
since you're on the ground. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, this happened when I was like 8,000 feet on a downward. Like,
oh, so John's airplane didn't break.
No.
My airplane broke.
Oh, okay. Sorry,
I got freaked out thinking it was
497.
Because I had just gone through the briefing like, oh, no MELs, nothing's in the EFB, and I'm like, wait a second. But
Maintenance just called. We're down.
I should probably check the coastal
Maintenance section, yeah.
fleet page too. Yeah. 'Cause I was-
Yeah, you're good. I'd probably tell you the wrong town number.
All right. Well, we have almost reached top of climb. This is like a very nice, smooth level off. Like 50 feet per minute at the end, you know?
Yeah.
It's
Cool.
smooth autopilot. Alright, we'll switch over to cruise here. We're showing 22,550 pounds of fuel at top climb, and we were planning to have 22,000. So we're looking good. At Deuce in the next fix, plan to have 20,700. And we're projecting 21.6. So yeah, plenty of fuel.
Jason, do you have 5 minutes to hop in the lobby chat?
Yeah, just give me a second. I'm looking off the MEO.
Okay.
I mean, we're gonna have to get this thing fixed. You know.
Yeah, I'm wondering if
Well,
it's even
once.
deferrable or.
It's probably not. It sounds pretty. I mean, it's like an 8 in a 7.3. It's not good.
Yeah. So Captain Cabo, do you fly the Mad Dog in real life? Cause he might.
If you do, we could use you here.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right. That's right.
I am not type rated in the Mad Dog, which if you were, you could probably tell right away. So.
We've got a 737 guy and an 80 guy and a CRJ guy. Now we need
That's
an
right.
80 guy.
Yeah, we need a Mad Dog guy. These are cool aircraft. The jump seat's right there. It's ready for you. Well, we're comfortably underway now. Let's check out our little Navigraph pane. We can see where we are on the overview map. Heading up just to the southeast of Orlando now, so I guess next week whoever's flying the MLS charter will be having to do the little hop Fort Lauderdale to Orlando and then up to wherever Orlando SC's playing. But that's a fun little hop, Fort Lauderdale to Orlando. I think Jason, you did the you're saying that Orlando might be one of the future destinations, right? For
Yeah, it
coastal?
is. Yeah.
So that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
CRJ time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fun leg. I like it. It's just
Up and down.
yes, you're doing something pretty much the entire time except for maybe like 5 minutes, you know?
Yeah. I was gonna
So,
say,
it's
5
fun.
minutes You get to take a deep breath, and you're like, oh, well, here we go, on top of the sun.
Yeah. Yeah, that flight to Boston, you have plenty of time to sit, contemplate the jet stream, and what the KDAC
So
light
I was doing
means.
today. I descended because I looked at the timing of it, right? I had about 3 minutes to spare.
Yeah.
So I'm like, how am I going to shave time when I've got 89 knots on the head? I've got to get low and get fast and get under this jet stream, and that's what I did. I was like, you know what? Put plenty of gas on the airplane. We're just gonna cook it.
There you go.
That's what it did.
You had a time crunch too, right?
Yeah, I was up against the schedule. We had golf practice. I had to get my kids to. It was just
That's
like I
good.
said, 3 minutes. I mean, I told ATC, I was like, look, I'm pressed for time. Just slam me in there. And he's like, you're cleared for the visual. So I dumped it in and just about 2.5 miles. I just kept turning,
Nice.
threw everything out, got it dirty, and that was it.
Oh, you got it. You got it in there. Some strategic altitude selection. Captain Kabu,
yeah.
Captain Kabu said 19 years as a captain with TWA and American. Wow.
What did he fly?
You probably heard Captain Kabu. What aircraft did you fly? That is so cool.
Yeah, TWA, man. He's seen it all.
Yeah. I definitely rode jump seat on American Mad Dogs a lot out of Nashville heading to Dallas. Try to get to work. Oh, sounds like Howard has summoned. Yes. 35925. Let me get over there to Howard. And my Rex Aki season fired up at the same time. With the birds chirping. Alright. So it's midnight here in Tennessee, everyone. That's how I know. Because Rex Aki season will update. Alright, let's see. Are you
going to jump off frequency, Johnny, or Sam?
I'll say it. Captain Kabu, MD-80. MD-80. That's awesome.
So he is an MD-80 pilot.
Yeah, like legit an MD-80 pilot. That's really cool.
We need him over to us.
Yeah, you need to talk, Captain Kabu. Please talk with Jason.
We want to get him hired.
Yeah, because
a fleet captain.
None of us have Mad Dog experience. All I have is experience riding in the jump seat. That's it. So this super complicated jump seat. The story I told of the first time I was gonna try to ride jump seat, the captain, it was an American Mad Dog, and the captain's like, "All right, I'm not gonna tell you anything. If you can figure out how to get that jump seat out, I'll make sure you get an instant job here." Because he knew there's no way I would figure it out. And they just sat there and laughed, at the first officer, and he's, "All right, I'll show you how to get it out." But yeah, it looks innocent, here in the sim, but it's a little weird when you're trying to figure it out for the first time without any help. So,
is there like a hidden lever or a button somewhere?
Yeah, and you gotta squeeze these two little knobs at some point. I mean, it's been quite a few years since I did it. And you're actually sitting up really high. Like, there are these stirrups here that you gotta kick down. You rest your feet on those. And if the captain has to reach down for this little phone here, it kind of gets your leg out of the way. But definitely an interesting jump seat. Oh, Captain Kabu, hey, there's more, Jason. The 707, the 727, the L1011, Nate.
Yes, sir.
And the 767, which is kind of a cousin to the 757, right? So.
Same type rating, isn't it?
Yep, I think so. Captain Kabu could tell us for sure, but a lot of similarities there, for sure.
We could use you on the team, man. That would be epic if you want to come on.
All right, I guess I should.
Does call Howard?
Let's see, 35925. Yeah, let me talk to him. Here I go. Jack Center, Riptide 5801, flight level 360.
With 5801, Jack Center, block 1026.
1026, Riptide 5801. Yeah, I'm going to have to turn his volume up. I have not been able to get the volume right where I want it in Flight Sim 2020 yet on VATSIM. I feel like it's either too loud or too soft, or I guess it's V-Pilot. I probably need to get. I don't know what you guys do.
It's not as intuitive as X-Pilot.
Yeah. Sometimes my ears will be getting blasted out, and sometimes I can barely hear the controller. There we go. Let's see. Hopefully he'll give me a radar contact call here. If not, I'll call him in just a minute. Captain Kabu, he said a plumber on the 1011. I'm guessing that means you were the flight engineer?
He's the flight engineer.
The plumber? I like that. That's awesome.
What
Hey, we
a
That's
cool
really
airframe.
Yeah.
Taxi 801, radar contact 21
That was
21 miles north of the
When
Orlando,
released,
01,
right? That was
maintain
like
flight level
a
360.
huge technology.
Maintain flight level 360, riptide 5801.
So
Oh, yeah.
advanced, you know. It was a
Most
big
advanced
deal.
aircraft of the time.
That's
Yeah.
right.
And correct me if I'll eat my words, but isn't that the first commercial airplane to have auto land capabilities?
Ooh, that's
know.
unique.
That's a good question.
Pretty sure it is, but if not, I'll eat my words.
It might be.
All right.
TWA had a ton of them, didn't they?
Yep.
They bought a few.
One of the most weird things I've seen in old photos, because obviously I wasn't alive to see this, but United L1011s and DC-10s right next to each other.
Saxon S0179.
So weird.
United had Delta.
Go ahead.
Only for like 2 or 3 years
Saxon
because they
S0179
bought them off
canceling
Pan Am,
IFR.
and then they sold them off to
Line
Hawaiian.
79, IFR cancellation received time 050.
That's interesting fact.
Yeah.
Wow. Man, those are some really cool aircrafts, Captain Cabu. It's an honor. It is an honor to have you on board with us this evening and chatting.
Absolutely.
Does he fly sims? Any flight sim?
So, yeah, you know, I think he can. He should be able to hear you all talking.
Good evening, Hawk Air
but
246, descending flight level 290.
I'm keeping an eye on the chat to see if Captain Cabu will let us know if he
Hawker 246,
fly flight sims.
Center, maintain flight level 290.
I got my head buried in MEL right now.
Say again.
Gotcha.
Hawker 246, Jack Center,
Get
pilot
this
succession,
fixed.
descend and maintain
I
11,000,
think it's just a
Myrtle
swap
Beach,
of a
altimeter
computer, I'm sure.
2980.
Check on the pressurization stuff.
Roger, Hawk Air 246 down to 1000 and top the altimeter.
Delta P's good, about 7.8. Cabin altitude's up at about 7,600. It's all good. And we're looking good with our generators.
Oh man, my iPad's
Awesome.
dead.
What? That's not good. Are you flying?
Nope.
Delta
Yeah.
876, stop climate flight level 350.
So that's your EFB?
Yeah,
Stop climate
Uh-oh.
350.
she gone. Oh, well.
Captain Cabu said thank you and just the Leonardo MD-80. Awesome. It's a cool. I have fun with it. I really enjoy this plane. I wonder what's your opinion of the Leonardo MD-80 as someone who's flown the real thing. Like, is it a good attempt at a simulation of the Mad Dog? I mean, I can just say from my inexperienced just jump seat perspective, I was like, this looks like a Mad Dog, you know? But
It sounds like one.
I love all the switches,
Well,
you
now that
know?
you got the sounds, yeah.
And I love that it has the trim, you know, sound, you know. I was so confused
Spin
about what
range of
that
motion.
was. Like, riding in the jump seat the first time, I'm like, man, this thing's loud. But I guess that's why they call it a Mad Dog, right? It's always barking at you or something. I think that's what somebody told me. But Captain Cabo, you know. Okay, Captain Cabo said spot on for 99%. So that's there you go. That's a
really
good
nice.
review right there.
Absolutely.
That's
Mm.
So, do you fly 2020?
Yeah, do you flight Sim 2020?
Yeah.
You can't beat the scenery on 2020, that's for sure.
No, you can't.
And the rest of it keeps getting better and better every year, I feel like.
Yeah, at first it was unusable, but now it's getting pretty good.
Yeah, because I would only fly general aviation at first, just to check out, you know, the scenery and.
Exactly, yeah. I just used it as a training aid to back up what I was learning in flight school, and I still do.
You know, you could practice your VFR cross countries before you go do the real thing, which is pretty cool. Like, it's incredible. Let's see if I can turn on the CFB. There we go. Try to pull the release up on here. There it is. There's our release. So we're coming up to what, oven pipe, oven P. I keep wanting to say oven pipe. Ah, go back here. There it is. Oven P. Oven. We're supposed to have 20,000 pounds of fuel there. Or 21,250. I mean, we're looking good. I mean, you gotta watch. I imagine this thing will simulate like a fuel leak. Right, Jason?
It'll probably get you, yeah.
I've heard the PMDG-73 will simulate a fuel leak. Like, you gotta make sure you're monitoring your fuels. Yeah, someone told me that. Or I read it on a forum. There's like, yeah, make sure you're... I mean, you want to monitor your fuel for multiple reasons, but I guess that's one of them.
Yeah. I mean, I normally do fuel checks every half hour.
Yeah. I'm gonna let the guys up in the back.
He knew it was patches.
Yeah. Hello.
There we go.
John, sorry, I'm back.
Alright, no problem, no problem. Hey, somebody's right below us. I see some contrails out my out this passenger window. Hold up. Yeah, there's someone right ahead of us. Why are they not? Oh, there they are on the TCAS. They're 2,300 below us.
What's it called again? DFDC, right?
Range at 5. Are you talking about the switch?
Flight.
What was the
digital flight guidance?
CADC, Charlie Alpha Delta Charlie. Captain Cavu, let's see.
124 descend by the baggy 3 arrival.
Excuse me.
33 transition.
Andrew Green in the chat, he said, is Jax Center Jacksonville? Yes, it is, Andrew. Just say Jax to save your breath a little bit, but, and it sounds cool. Captain Cavu said, MSFS 2020, of course, but I still have the first flight sim for Mac on my old Mac 512. That's awesome.
Nice.
And Sean agrees. He said, that's awesome, Captain. So.
3354 Jack Center.
Very cool.
370.
Man, somebody's doing like a vomit comet maneuver in front of us here. Hold up, this is cool. Hey, I'm not going to turn you into VATSIM, don't worry. I know some of the big dogs will, but you gonna fly under the radar, have fun.
At least it's not as...
Better keep that transponder off. I've seen, I've been watching, I watched some of the big streams in the past, and there's one where like some dude, I guess he must have been flying an F-18 or something, was like screaming right in front of the guy, and it's like, uh-oh. He's like, you're gonna get banned. Keep that up on a big time stream. Yeah, now they're turning in front.
Well, at least he didn't almost mid-air you like I did to Jason on his stream.
I know, I was wondering, I was like, is this Nate up here? Who is this?
Not yet.
At least it's exciting. Try to... Alright. No, I'm just here to have fun. Try to fly right, have fun, So now, if this was real life, I'd be like, what is going on with this dude up here? So.
Oh, I have track IR. I keep forgetting that.
As Sean said, TWA was one of the first flights I flew on, and it probably was an MD-80. Very cool.
Down to 2000, Hawk Air 246. We're already set up for the ILS, if that's alright.
I love
Hawker 266
riding as a
Alpha,
passenger on the MD-80.
runway 18 and
I felt
actually
like the air conditioning always worked really well in the back, at least on the American ones I would
Flying heading
ride on,
140. Hawk Air 246.
which is a very important thing
And descending on 2000.
when you're a passenger.
I got the chance to ride on a Delta 80 before they retired them, and man, they stuck me in the last row, right next to the engine. 4-hour flight. Was not happy by the end of that. I mean, great airplane, and I wouldn't mind doing that if it was like an 1.5 to 2 hour flight.
Yeah.
But 4 hours next to that, oh.
Oh man, yeah. Get loud, like, please let me out. Oh man. Getting my head burnt to a crisp up here.
So I looked at the MEL.
Okay.
It says deleted. That's not good. I don't like to see that. Now I'm gonna have to look up how much this thing cost.
There you go, Captain Kabu. Captain Kabu chimed in. He said, "You guys do a good job, but one thing, especially for flying out of Florida, we never used anti-fog on the windshield. It got too hot in the cockpit, which was too hot for real." Nice. Yeah, that's my fault. That's totally my fault. I just turned it on. So, but yeah, obviously in the sim, I'm not hearing the or I'm not feeling the heat from the windshield.
That's right.
Which,
and then
probably wouldn't miss that in the real plane.
Manual.
Yeah, I know it said like as
If it's hot and
needed,
humid,
which
right?
I can't tell.
Yeah.
And
No.
I think I was just having
See,
fun.
that's something we wouldn't know.
I'm just having fun flipping a switch, I think. You know. Oh, it's gonna let me flip it? Okay, I'm gonna flip it. Optional? Yep. Yes, please. But no, thank you. So that's a good tip. See, now that's the type of stuff an experienced captain type rated the plane, he can tell us, you know. Thank you, Captain Kabu. Very appreciated. Very
Does
appreciated.
he want to fly?
I know. Well, pretty nice weather still down here in Florida. Let's see what's going on up in let's see what's going on up in Columbus. The weather's supposed to be starting to drop down a little bit. Let me pull it up here on the screen. This is the nice thing about flight simming from your desktop computer is you have all sorts of stuff at your fingertips.
46 Charlie with you climbing 18,900 for 21,000.
My keyboard went crazy.
November 11946 Charlie, Jack Center, KFLL 210.
Yeah, ceiling is lowering a bit. A little more cloud cover. It's gone from broken 1700 to overcast at 1300. And which that's what was forecast.
So 100 Hawk Air 246.
I'm actually excited
Jack
about
Center
that.
and Silver 911 with you this time.
Want to get to have a good instrument
Silver 911 Jack
approach.
Center maintains
It's my MC conditions,
190.
hopefully. I don't.
Can we get 230 if possible, 911?
That's loud.
Silver 911, Roger, climb KFLL level 230.
Alright, 230, 911, thank you.
Wow. Is that really loud for you guys? It's loud in my ears.
I'm
Okay.
just on this frequency.
Okay, that's good. Because that's what happens to me with V-Pilot.
So you want
is
to hold Delta 86350, right? Delta 876.
really soft to extremely loud.
So we had some autopilot troubles, that's why you saw us oscillating. Roger.
Turn this down a bit. There we go. Sean said yes, it is. Okay, I turned it down, Sean.
Delta 876, if you'd like to go up here, if you'd like to go higher,
Here we
we can
go.
give you a turn off course.
That'll work.
We'll turn you back on course once you're clear.
I just had to make sure I'd be able to hear the controller,
We'll just stick with the D5 then.
especially while we're talking, you know? I have fun talking, but gotta make sure I can. Don't go. Was that for us? Speaking of which, if you're looking for a really good video to watch that'll put you to sleep, the FAA's video was that for us. It's yeah, it'll.
I've seen that.
It's a real eye-opener.
Runway 18 to Myrtle Beach. Roger.
Like, you guys need to pay attention on the frequency. This is a DVD all about that.
I think one of the most boring DVDs I've ever watched in my life was the United Airlines A320 training series.
What
You
were
know
they?
why it's so boring, right?
Oh, okay,
Talker,
go away.
Push
before
this button.
IFR cancellation on the ground or miss the first 50,
Yeah.
50.
You just played right into his.
10 minutes,
You just played right into Jason's trap, Nate.
Oh, I did, and that was on purpose.
Roger.
Push here. Open your table and go to sleep.
Here's the flight attendant call button for your dinner. Yeah.
I'm sure Captain
Here's
Cabin
the
is laughing,
emergency switch.
laughing right along with you. He speaks in real airplane.
This does.
Oh man. Now you know what would be cool, and I know we've talked about this a little bit before, especially with Captain Cavu here, is say you get these aircraft like the 727 that had a flight engineer and you do your controls and you can do all three positions at once. That would be awesome. Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah.
That would be awesome.
Really cool.
It takes some training and coordination, but boy would that be fun.
Jacksonville Center, good evening. FedEx 1224.
You and me still gotta try out that DC-6 at some point.
Hey, I'm game. If it just kept crashing on us, but that's.
Yeah.
I think that was because we had some driver issues, right?
Yeah.
You had it and then I had it. We'll get it synced up. We'll get it synced up.
Because I know we can, because the first part of Jason's stream the other day went swimmingly.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys had it going really well, it looked like.
Southwest 3350.
Oh yeah, we were like nailing it, man. We got a little rushed at the end of it because we were kind of behind, but
Right.
and it's kind of one of those learning curves where we're not used to multi-crew being sim pilots. So
Yeah.
it's almost more stressful being in a multi-crew environment when you're not used to it. Because you start reaching over each other, it's like, no.
Yeah, well, it definitely highlights why, standardization is just harped on in the, in aviation with these airline operations, because you kind of got to know what to expect from your crew member,
Oh, absolutely.
like what they're gonna do for you and what they're gonna say, and it keeps those
That's why
kind
we
of
almost,
unnecessary disagreements from happening,
Right.
like, well, no, I like it this way.
Encroach into my panel.
Yeah. It's like, you see this little seam right here? Those are my switches over here, your switches over there, stay away.
I did that today.
And you said via WhatsApp?
Yeah, okay, you were nicer.
What are you doing?
Well, okay, to be fair with the fuel pumps, you were busy doing other things. I was just trying to speed along the process.
Center WestJet 390 is requesting direct Pi, Papa India Echo.
But
See this line right here?
still not as funny as what Maverick did to me,
Direct Pi, WestJet 390.
because I ended up reaching over him once or twice, and he let me the sound of smacking his table. Was like, no, you are not.
I will say, I personally think it's easier in in person in a real cockpit to do multi-crew than virtually. When you can't see, I don't know, you can't see the person or their hand, where their hand
That's
is,
hard.
and yeah, it does make it a little trickier,
It's a little
but
hard.
it's still so cool, so much fun.
Well, we're gonna do it next week.
I'd love to. I gotta get back from
Back.
well, I have to get to Columbus first, and then I have to get back from Columbus. And you have to go to and
You
from
might have to
Boston,
rescue
right?
me. Well, I gotta get the airplane fixed.
Otherwise, we're not going anywhere.
Yeah, what did
Otherwise,
So,
I'm gonna
what did the
pull a
MEL say?
737 off the line. Deleted.
It said what?
Deleted. Central Air Data Computer. Deleted.
They took it out?
Nothing there.
What? Huh.
Probably at
the
some
MEL
point
list.
for whatever MEL list you have, those probably got removed and updated with like real IRSs or something.
Well, you can tell Captain Cab is legit. Experienced captain. He's just like,
legit.
he's like, oh yeah, you just go up there to the KDX switch there and just switch it over to the 2. Yep, there's a captain for you. So he knows this bird.
Yeah, he knows the bird.
He's been through a few scenarios.
Sequences. A
Yeah.
lot of reps.
Oh man. Let's see, how are we looking here? We're making good time. Doing it 2042 Z in the sim, and it's just a little over an hour left, hour 10, so it's really not that much longer. Yeah, a lot of these East Coast charters are not too bad.
Oh, they're fine.
Remember, you did that hockey charter to, what was it, Fort Lauderdale to Edmonton?
Oh
That was
my
a
gosh,
haul
you know.
in the winter, fighting the headwind.
Yeah, it was fun.
Oh my goodness!
Holy smokes! You know how much this thing's gonna cost us?
What?
Here 246 is clear runway
$18,000 for one of these things.
Oh, that's not gonna look good on the
18.
finances.
18 grand.
What?
It looks like you're taking a 737, bud.
Is the airplane worth that?
How much did we pay for
Jeez.
these?
That would cost us $9 million.
How much did we pay for these Mad Dogs?
9.
9 million?
9. One cost us 9. The other one was like 5.
That's dirt cheap.
Which is a lot of money. Well, I mean, you can get them for like 1.2 now.
No, really? They've dropped that bad?
Is
It's
it-
only been...
Captain Cabu said,
Anyway,
"Call me
let's-
at the hotel when you get it fixed." All right.
Spoken like a true captain.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm not dealing with this crap.
Yeah, it'd be on the beach. You're down. Yeah.
That's right. Well,
Do you need me
comes
to?
18 grand. It's a swap of the computer, really. So
Gotcha.
they just have to go into the avionics bay and yank it.
They just happen to have it sitting in the hangar over there in Fort Lauderdale. That's
What do you
nice.
know?
Yeah.
We'll get it on the aircraft. There comes $18,000 off the books.
This is cool. There's actually a decent amount of traffic on tonight. I guess it helps having a controller on. Everybody kind of follows the controllers, which I get that. I definitely do that when I'm just flying for fun. Let me hop back over here.
The thing is, if I watch, well, you know what I could do? I could watch your stream and shut the volume down on it, I guess. Otherwise, I'll hear 2 of you.
Oh yeah, that gets annoying.
So, we're looking for an MD-83 fleet captain.
Side, 801, would you prefer the level 350 or 370 temporarily?
We'll take stand by. All right. He wants me to move. Optimum is 363. Yeah, we're going down to. Yeah, we gotta go 350. Yep. And center, Riptide 5801. We'll take flight level 350.
Roger. Riptide 5801, descend and maintain flight level 350.
So maintain flight level 350. Riptide 5801. All right, there's 350 set. Here we go. 3635.
Speaking of the Mad Dog, do you want to send me the training material, Jason? Because I'm probably going to start working on that this weekend.
American 124,
Flows?
runway 33, quarter
Well, all of it, basically.
John's got the videos
Okay,
on what to do. I'll send you the flows.
cool.
Oh, for the Mad Dog? Yeah. Yeah, I shared the playlist with Nate of, well, but what I sent to you of the,
Okay, cool.
of the, I mean, it's basically just a series of takeoffs and landings.
Adam maintain 12000.
For now, I think it's gonna get a little better.
Which is awesome, yeah.
Especially if we can find a fleet captain, that'd be.
Yep.
Captain
Captain
If only
Kabu
we
could.
knew somebody who'd fly.
I know. Who's flown the Mad
If
Dog?
only we knew somebody who'd fly for TWA and American.
I guess the Caddick enunciator knows exactly what to do by memory before even consulting the QRH. We're over here like,
Not the QRH.
what's that line over there? What's it next to? What? Oh, up above Yoda down there?
How many coastal pilots does it take to fly at MD-80?
Yeah. It was fun. It's awesome. It's a... Well, I'm glad that it's been preserved in digital form, as it is kind of... I gotta admit, I'm a little sad to see it not flying commercially here in the U.S. But
Yeah,
I understand why. I mean, you know, it happens to every airplane eventually.
I'm still holding on to that 717 for dear life, man.
Yeah.
Excuse me. MD-95. There we go. Proper terminology is important.
There's a mute button on YouTube.
Yeah?
What will my job be?
Silver 911, stay indicated airspeed.
Doing 234.9 with the, that's indicated at this time.
Over.
I'm sorry, go ahead, so 911.
Silver 911, would you speak 210?
Alright, slowing it down, Silver 911.
Have you guys gotten in the habit of checking your transformer rectifiers before each flight?
Of checking them?
Yeah.
Like on the CRJ?
Yes.
No, on the 7-3.
Yeah, I do that.
Oh, all the time.
Okay, because yeah, I've been checking them before every flight, so.
Part of your flow, right?
Oh, is it? I guess it is. I don't even remember the
What you
flow.
want to hear, John?
Whoa. Hold on. Let me explain myself here. It's not that I don't remember the flows. It's that
I don't know.
I've got the flows so ingrained in my mind that it's just a thing.
We got a Andrew Green in the chat says, "What would my job be?" LOL. Well, Andrew, I don't know. What would you like to do? I mean, you got the CEO on the line here. What can you bring to Coastal, right?
That's right.
Technical Center, Delta
Captain
2623,
Kavu, I'm retired and
514,
enjoying it too much.
Aw.
Yeah, well, good. I'm glad. Congratulations on your retirement. That's a wonderful thing. So big change, I'm sure, but that's cool to. That's great to be able to reach that stage. And then Lara Kusa, they do still fly cargo though. Cool. So the
Yeah,
Mad Dog's
Evert's
flying
Air
cargo. Evert's Air. All right.
And some South American operators fly them still.
Yep. A bunch of them do, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would imagine they'll be in the air for the next at least couple of decades, you'd think. They'll just keep limping them along.
Over 911,
Other parts of the world.
Because, I mean, the newest ones really aren't that old, comparatively.
Yeah.
All right, Odad, 1 to 12,911.
Fisho. Is that really the name of this? Fisho. That's a cool fixed name. We should just name one of our planes Fisho, Jason. That'll cover them all. Fisho.
Where the heck are you?
Let's see. Let me see where I actually am. I have no idea what. I'm not too far from. Zoom in. Second cheat and use my Navigraph map. I have no idea what Kilo Bravo November Lima is. That's below Fisho. Augusta, Georgia is not too far away, so it's kind of close to Augusta, Georgia.
I gotcha. I gotta plug my iPad in.
Maybe next year we can do a Masters charter, or not charter, but a special service to the Masters.
Center WestJet 390 is requesting direct to Lakeland Vortex.
Talk to our charter department.
He's in the chat.
I mean, we can
see what kind of contract we can get.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh wow. Andrew Green said he's kidding. Well, Andrew, I can't speak to it, but I don't know if Jason would be kidding. I don't know. He said, send in your applications, right, Jason? FlyCoastalAirways.com.
FlyCoastalAirways.com. Put in an application.
That's it. That's it.
Just make sure you differentiate yourself. You know, let us know what you can do and what skills you got. If you have them, that helps.
Absolutely.
Charlie, bye-bye.
And Sean was saying the Detroit Red Wings and the Tigers, they fly a Mad Dog. Very cool. USA Jet.
Yep. They're still
my
around.
buddy flies them, right?
With USA Jet?
My buddy flies the Detroit Red Wings.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, he graduated Riddle with me and he got the job.
283 on the
He's been
ultimate
flying
approach.
for years.
It's a good gig.
12,000 November 46, Charlie.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
So,
it was funny.
I hope that food good enough you're there eating that.
He's wealthy, right?
His
family owns half
I see him out
the Detroit. You know, what the heck is it? The dealers, car dealerships.
okay.
So he's like, "Would you pick me up at the airport?" I said, "Sure, I can pick you up at the airport." I'm like, "What time's your flight coming?" He goes, "I don't know." I'm like, okay.
Don't know.
So I'm like, he's like, "I don't know." I'm like, "Okay, what?" Then he calls me. And he's like, "All right, pick me up." I said, "Where are you?" He's like, "I'll be there in 10 minutes." I'm on the general aviation side. I said, "Okay." Dude rolls up in a G2. And he pops the door and he's like, "Yeah, I just flew it here." I'm like, "What?" What?
Oh,
Who
man.
just rolls off a G2?
Man, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah. That must be nice. He's like, "My dad owns it." I'm like, "Oh, great."
WestJet 390 is requesting at the Mini 5 for a while. Arrival.
Oh man, that's awesome. Hey, we heard, got someone else checking in. Marco Girardi. Hi from Italy. Really enjoying your streaming and all the coastal content. Well, thanks, Marco. Yeah, you're talking to, so Jason here right now. Definitely check out his YouTube channel if you haven't already. Flight Sim Broadcasting Network, because it is the destination for coastal content. Right, Jason? All the latest. It's good stuff.
We try, right?
And I can
it's
I can
team effort.
Yeah, and I can tell you, Jason is always working at making coastal like as awesome as it is now. It is on an exponential trajectory to get it even cooler, and I think always striving for more excellence too, and simulating a
Ready, copy.
realistic Part 121 airline, and also these little charter ops and things too. It's fun. It's a lot of fun.
Mini 5 arrival.
We're Shit 390 is cleared for Orlando Airport via direct Lakeland.
Oh,
Mini
really?
5 arrival.
For bidding, yeah.
Shut 390.
So Luca is on board with all that?
Direct Lakeland VOR.
Yeah, me and Sean
West
and I
Jet
were
390.
chatting, so
Nice.
Awesome.
it's in a future. It's a future.
You're not allowed to.
roadmap
You filed a
project,
task.
but,
You filed a
that'd
task,
be
sir.
cool.
You're under a speed 5%.
Alright.
Tell him. He's not
That's the
allowed.
plan, anyway.
Yeah, West Jet 390, you're on frequency.
Wow.
It's funny, directly over Miami, the skies are clear, but everywhere around it in a circle, there's just thunderstorms.
Oh my god.
Well, I think I just had a shift in the weather up here.
It's a super late night. You should speed restrict, however.
Did your airplane break?
FedEx.
No, it's
he's
working,
going too fast.
but I was getting close to the barber pole for a second.
Well, you know, they stick to their slogan, deliver to the world on time.
Captain or Marco Girardi, he said, Jason, he's on your Patreon and your contents are amazing. Contents are amazing, so I agree.
Oh,
I agree,
cool.
Marco.
So, thank you.
Center,
Appreciate
FedEx 1224 goes
Absolutely.
in
Captain
denied
Kabu.
all
Well, boys,
allegations about
thanks
the
for the nice
redlining
flight, but
system.
it's time for my hot chocolate. I subscribe. I subscribed and we'll check for future flights. Thanks, Captain Kabu. And like I said, Jason, he'll be flying up to Boston tomorrow. I don't know if are you streaming that one, Jason, at all on your Patreon or?
Maybe.
Okay.
Depends.
Yeah, check out Flight Sim Broadcasting Network, and Jason will keep you up to date over there. But Sean, yep, absolutely, I agree with you, Sean. Have a good night, Captain. Thank you, Captain Kabu, for checking in.
See ya.
Visual 26, 46 shot.
It's over 911. I'll take 2983, expect visual.
There's a caution, yep.
Over there,
Associated
visual
Center.
26911.
Go pressure low, alright. Sir pumps are off. We're using that fuel. That's good. So,
November 1946 Charlie.
the Mad Dog has been pretty profitable for Coastal so far, hasn't it, Jason? Doing the charter flying.
240 above.
Yeah, the charter's nice because it gives us a fixed. We know what's the cost.
220 LS, so SpaceX
And so we
911.
know how much to, we know with the billing and everything else. So it's real nice to be able to. It's been nice because we know we're not gonna we know how much we're gonna get.
Yeah.
And we know how much we're gonna spend. It's not like a line flight where it's variable. And you don't know how many people are gonna get on the airplane. So it's good.
Man, I can't wait to join the charter team.
Oh yeah, it's I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. It's just
1224.
It'll also hopefully
Cross
give Jason
Andrew
some time to do
at
some line flying again.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
Yo, it's been a while since
I
you
don't
got to
know.
do that. That is true.
It's been months.
What does that mean? Line flying. Is that
Speak up.
It's a foreign concept, right?
Sure is, man. It's crazy, man. We look at the Caribbean flights, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, look at the Caribbean map. That's a ton of destinations we had ahead.
Oh yeah.
Jeez.
With
I
more
looked
to
at
come.
that tonight. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, gosh, man, this is months
Intense.
in the making. Months in the making. It's not like it didn't happen overnight. That's for sure.
No.
It's crazy. It's a lot of work.
Well, in the training program for the 7-3, like the initial training you go through, that is significant. I could tell you put a lot of time into that. So.
Oh man, that took a long time. That was probably about a good
1224. One more time for us, please.
year as well, to 6 months of training. You know, just filming and stuff.
Charlie, 240 or better, please.
Plus the
my apologies.
Silver and 911 takes
you know, the flight manual that I'm still working on with
this time we're doing 190 this time.
It's a lot of work, man.
Oh yeah.
That's my fault.
No, it's not your fault. We needed it because we're going to do it. So, you know, if two people want to get together and do a flight, now you got some standards.
Yeah.
Cross Andrew at
Like John was saying, it's important, and it's true. It's important to know all the standards. I have to listen.
390.
Yeah, and like something's not getting set. It's a big safety thing too, because like you get so ingrained in your head, like you'll know something's not right when you don't hear something or switching, flipping the right. Yeah, I don't know. You just it's huge for safety.
It's a big deal.
Crossing Andrew at 3000.
Looks like let's see.
50 knots.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Jason.
390.
No, I think the biggest thing is communication. You know, you got to communicate what each other, you know, what everybody's doing, and that's a big deal.
Yeah. Especially this over the internet when you can't. It's an invisible pilot next to you. Yeah.
It's a lot easier if you can see what they're doing.
Yeah.
Sure is.
At least you can hear the switches clicking, and then you can see them moving, I guess, most of the time.
Yeah, it's just like, what
did you hit? I don't know.
It's kind of paranoid. Yeah, just like, uh-oh.
Something's moving.
The things are moving, and I'm not moving them.
Let's see here. Ilari said, I wonder if we'll ever get an OG DC-9 in the new sim. That would be...
Oh, I wish.
That would be cool. I would love that.
Imagine that.
I had a DC-9 in FSX, which was cool.
Yeah.
But I think it'd be tough to go back to it now.
No, you couldn't.
Like Sim 2020 kind of
That's the problem.
spoils you. Yeah. Like
Yeah, every time I try to go back to X-Plane, it's like, this is fun for 5 minutes, and it's like, but the scenery.
yeah, if you're doing sightseeing, you can't. Yeah, it's tough. But and the aircraft are starting to come along too in flight sim. So, Sean said, Nate, there are probably going to be some open charter flights this coming month, depending on how quick you complete your training. So there you go. That's a little
challenge accepted.
A little carrot.
Exactly. Challenge accepted.
Yeah, there you go.
I all day on Sunday, besides the like 2.5 hours I'm going to be out actually flying in real life, I'm going to be just hammering out 80 stuff.
Yeah. Oh, it's fun.
Yeah, this is my life. I get up, I fly airplanes, I go out, I fly airplanes. I come back and I fly airplanes.
8,000 with Silver 911.
It's airplanes.
Airplanes.
It's
Yeah.
not bad. I'll enjoy it. And let's see. Laurie said, "Cool Sky."
Oh yeah,
Yep.
the Cool Sky DC9.
DC9.
Yeah.
Don't forget the McFat textures.
Oh yeah, whatever happened to them? Those textures were pretty cool.
They were.
They were wild.
Especially for the time.
Yeah.
Now Sean has a pretty neat suggestion here for the Your controls. He said it would be cool if they could add some sort of cursor or indicator to show where the other pilot's cursor was. I agree with that.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, that would be nice. I think that's. I mean, I'm not a programmer, but from my amateur vantage point, it seems like that's something that would be possible. But I don't know.
I mean, in the world of coding, it's totally possible. It just depends on how much leeway Asobo gives developers with their SDK.
Yeah.
Right now, it's still pretty limited.
Yeah, I know PMDG seems to have run into
This
a
time
lot
I'm
of
doing
issues with that.
198
Well,
for this time.
that's kind of a PMDG thing because they're still, yeah,
Resuming normal speed 911.
So
porting code from 10 years ago.
yeah, that sounds like a time-consuming project and process. But I do enjoy their products. I certainly do. Larry said, "What training are you all discussing?"
So yeah, right now what we're discussing is, so basically when you join Coastal, you have your baseline 737 training as of now. That might change in the future, and that takes about 2 to 6 months, and you learn basically everything you'd ever need to know about the 737 and flying it professionally. And then once you get to right now about 100 hours, or actually 100 hours, you're eligible to do upgrade training for the right now the MD-80 and later the 757, and that takes probably a couple weeks. And you go through and you do an abbreviated type rating course, is what it seems like.
That sounds like we'll be quickly expanding.
Yeah, because I mean we've got the CRJ coming out, which you're obviously working on.
And you
And
are darn well going to know what this CADC does. CADC, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, don't touch it. It costs $18,000. That's all I have to know.
That's a pricey little light right there.
Gadget.
I just imagine you saying that, and then Cliff just slowly reaches up to the switch and just starts flipping it back and forth rapidly.
Yeah. Gear down. Windshield wipers on. Go around thrust. Engines off.
So was Cliff flying with you when this happened?
Yeah. No. Yes, he was.
So it was Cliff's fault.
190 2000 911.
It was Cliff's fault.
Charge it to his account.
Well, the good news is I was on downwind, and I wasn't dealing with any of that.
120 911.
I was putting her down.
Yeah. Well, we're getting
could
close
see out the
to
window.
Asheville, North Carolina, so we're not too far away.
There you go.
Not too far away. Else.
Good. What kind of content do people want to see? It'd be interesting to know.
Regarding coastal flying?
Yeah, I mean, Nate's starting a channel. You got this channel. I mean, what do folks want to see?
Yeah.
I'd be interested to know that too, because I'm just kind of taking a shot in the dark here. I mean, I'm guessing people would like to see the more of the line flying, which is what I'm going to try and provide as somewhat main content with some charters and some other stuff thrown in there.
Uh-huh.
But if anybody else has anything in particular they'd like to see, I'm sure all three of us are willing to provide.
Oh yeah. It's just because there's a lot of variety, and there's about to be a lot more variety here at Coastal with the new
Yeah, really.
routes, and then also the different variants of the 7.3, and then the different aircraft types of the 7.3, the Mad Dog, and then the, as Jason was showing everyone tonight, the CRJ coming on board. So there's a lot.
And then we've got multi-crew coming around, so that'll be something.
And then there's the Phantom DC-6, right? So.
Oh yeah, yep.
So that's we always have to bring up a DC-6. That's just kind of a. I'm not serious about that.
Does it have?
Yes, it has. Yes, amount of engines.
And what does it burn? Does it burn low lead? 100 octane?
It burns the right amount of fuel.
Do you know how much a gallon that costs?
A lot, but
yes, exactly right. Do you know jet fuel is cheaper than that?
Probably is.
Oh, I know it is.
So Larry said McFat was sued by PMDG for distributing paid liveries and went bust.
Wow.
Are you kidding me right now?
That doesn't surprise me at all, but...
Speechless.
Wow.
Well, no comment.
Yeah?
Yeah, Sean,
it's an interesting one.
Sean M said, I wonder how much they charge for a replacement compass mirror on the Mad Dog.
Good luck getting to it.
How do you
gotta find it
it
first.
Where is it on this? There it is.
It's behind your head, upside down.
Isn't this what? There it is. You gotta click it up. You have to like get up here to click the thing, and then.
You can't. It doesn't show it though.
No.
In the
the mirrors don't work.
Mirror. Right. What the heck? Yeah, this airplane went. John, it cost us, let's see, $2,500 plus another 18. There's 25, 21,000 so far. And then just maintenance cost per hour. So this airplane, we broke a CSD once. Constant speed drive, that went allowance going into Phoenix.
Oh yeah,
which was
advantageous.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
But we had a boneyard right there.
Well, it still would have been better if we didn't break it.
Well, sure. I think it was over Houston or something that it crapped out on us. This thing's breaking a lot.
Well, it's a, what, 40-year-old airplane?
Yeah, it's old.
Got a lot of switches, a lot of lights. Marco Girardi got on. He said, I think it'd be great to add line content in the mix. MD-80, CRJ, and 737 are a great mix. And he has a question. When you buy a plane for Coastal, how do you decide the cost of each airplane?
I don't. I actually go through brokers that do it. So I'll shop the prices. There's actually a lot of people on Instagram that do this, like they're virtual brokers. It's really a cool thing.
It is.
And I'll shop around for pricing, and I'll say, hey, I need, we need X amount of airplanes, and then there's a contract that's written up, and then, like, we're going to be making our first finance payment this month. I think it's around 4.5. Oh no, it's 6 million.
That's gonna hurt.
Out the door. Well, it's 6 million for the next 6 months.
Yeah.
Well, it's better than 2 years.
In increments, yeah. In increments. I think it's every quarter we pay. So.
And then if you look back on my Instagram or back on Jason's channel, when we do that kind of buying it from a broker, sometimes we need to go out and actually ferry the airplanes and that's actually cheaper than having them ferry it to us.
Alright,
So
right China,
we've
Nemo,
done
keep
that
still
for
on
our
track,
800s, which you're
291.
about to see come out, and all of our 600s as well.
That's right.
Yeah.
We ferried them from Maine to Opelika. Well, there's a crazy flight, wasn't it?
That was,
Those were fun.
man,
Those were
that
fun
was real
flights.
fun. Like four of us coming down in 800s into Opelika. Some dude in a Cessna 150, like,
Surprising Howard at 1 in the morning on Jack Center. You know?
Yeah. And then you threatened the Union on me.
Oh yeah. I'm
We
glad
still need to
you
do
should have
that.
mentioned that.
glad you reminded us about that. All right. Just wait.
They're mad
So-
because,
About Kappa.
Yep.
yeah, whatever. I'm not going to organize your union.
No, of course you're not.
Oh,
I think that's against the rules.
it sure is. You can organize your union.
Well, if we get desperate enough, we will.
Yeah, this is gonna get fun. Yeah, Marco said he remembers the 600 ferry flight. He's laughing. Yeah,
Yeah,
that was a
it's funny.
good time.
There was an airport that had, I don't know, was shut down for like 10 years.
Yeah, just an absolute hole in the middle of nowhere.
What, Loring? I
What
guess it
markings
is.
on the runway? Yeah.
Old Strategic
Loring.
Air Command Base.
Well, yeah, and when you went out, Jason, it was so snowy you couldn't even see the taxiway. at least
See
when we,
anything.
at least when we took the 800s, it hadn't snowed the night before, so we could at least see where we were going.
That's on nothing. I had no idea. We had no idea where we were on the ramp. I couldn't tell you if I was on a taxiway or on a brash. I don't know. It was fun. It was a good time.
We're over the Appalachians now in North Carolina, and we're about to get to the forecasted moderate turbulence. So I am going to go ahead and turn the seatbelt sign back on. There we go. See the clouds. I do like that this aspect of Flight Sim 2020 where with the live weather you can really kind of see the weather systems in front and other things over a broad scale. You know, it's really neat. I think it'll be I guess they're still improving the thunderstorms and modeling those, but I don't know. It's exciting. Well, we're only 167 nautical miles from top of descent, so it's coming up soon. Not too far. Yeah, before we know it.
Is Sean still on the stream? Because I can't watch your stream and talk
Yeah,
at the same time.
Sean, yeah, I get that. Sean said, as much as I'd like to stay, he just said this, as much as I'd like to stay, I really need to go to sleep. Have a good night, guys.
See you, Sean.
All right,
Well,
Sean.
thanks, Sean.
Hey, call maintenance. Call maintenance. We're gonna need mechanics in the aircraft driving up from Miami
Yeah,
tonight to get this stupid airplane ready to go.
no sleep. Extra strong coffee. Get it done. Good night, Sean.
I'm gonna
Thanks
have to
for all
fly
your
this
help. He does an awesome job with the charter packets and getting all the info, and it's a lot of fun. He makes it fun, you know.
Oh, what's the menu for tonight? Did he give you a menu?
I did not get the menu, but I know our flight attendant has it in the back. So I'm waiting until I get to Columbus. I'm gonna eat. Yeah, I don't know where I'm gonna go. It's a fun city though.
Chicken or fish?
Oh, chicken. Yeah, definitely. Fish if I'm by the ocean, but chicken everywhere else. I don't trust seafood in Tennessee, I'll tell you that. It's a long way from the ocean. So Jason, what is your favorite route we have right now at Coastal? It's a line flight.
Oh man, dude. The new ones, like there's a couple real fun ones. Dominica's probably one of my favorites.
Yeah.
That's a real hard airport to get into when you're doing a circle.
Remember the Coconut Grove.
That's right.
The Coconut Grove. That's right. And there's be a training video going to be coming out this weekend.
That's going to be a good one to stream.
You're going to have to actually fly it before you get released.
Lovely.
Nice. So you'll have to go through the training, and then I'll give you the stamp of approval. Say, okay, you're cleared for Dominica.
Awesome.
Serpent Land, runway 9. Yeah, there's a lot of fun. There's so many, there's a lot of like, and they're short too. It's probably like an hour and 30 minutes, a lot of them.
Uh-huh.
There's a couple of them that are longer. But yeah, there's so many. I mean, there's so many like cool destinations now. If you spend the money and buy the scenery, you're not going to regret it. It's really cool.
Oh, I definitely will end up doing it.
Yeah, I know some of them are on sale right now. The tropical sim sceneries.
Yep.
So I think there's maybe a day left in that sale.
Yeah, you want to snag a few of them. Depends on what line you want to fly.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go for trip 2 first because that's the cheapest.
Yeah. I mean, it does add up, but I'm looking forward to it.
However, I am kind of looking forward to that one-day round robin in the 600.
What that we just did?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'd like to do it again, but actually, fly it for more than one leg.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of. I mean, there's a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun destinations,
Yeah.
The Caribbean. One thing that I've learned flying the Caribbean trips is that it's never smooth. You are always getting bounced around. Always up there. Every runway is right on the water. You can almost set your watch to 090. Coming east because the east trade winds are coming off the ocean, and you can always. I mean, you're looking at 15 gusting 20 almost every landing.
Oh, nice.
And it's coming off terrain. You're getting the snot kicked out of you half the time. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's a lot of fun.
Pilots.
That's island flying.
I'll tell you some real cool stuff is the hotels you're going to stay at.
Cool.
Really
this
cool.
is another thing we do at Coastal is, or Jason does anyway for us, is when he creates a trip, he doesn't just create a trip, do all the numbers in that. No. He has to go as far as to pick out the hotel we are going to stay at.
Yeah. So you get to figure out, it's like, you get to find some really cool places. That's for sure. On my bucket list now. Well, I look forward to learning more about the geography of that region and doing all this island hopping. So I think that's gonna be fun.
You'll get a good idea. You'll get a good idea of where everything is, and the landscape changes when you go to like Aruba. It's totally different than Northern Caribbean.
Okay.
More desert, dry.
Huh.
Same with Curacao. You get 24 hours off in Curacao, which is an awesome place.
Antigua is kind of interesting.
Oh, that's, you said what's my favorite? My favorite trip is going to be that St. Lucia run.
Okay.
Oh man, that is an airport.
Yep. That's probably my favorite one to land at, right there.
That is certainly an airport.
And there's another, I just did another video that I'm going to release again. So you'll have 2 videos to do, because that one's bare.
Yeah, because isn't that
gonna
the one
be
that's
a-
really short?
Oh yeah, and it's surrounded by terrain.
Yeah.
Coming in on
'Cause-
2-7, it's going to be hard.
Dominica's the circle to land, and then is this the one with the cemetery at the end of the runway?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the rule is, the rule is going to be simple, right? So if it's a tailwind and it's under 10 knots, if your performance allows it, land the other runway.
Yeah.
Like you'll land with a tailwind, right? If your performance says you can, that's the rule. If it's over 10 knots, you're gonna have to do a circle to land, or because runway 27, I think it's runway 27.
Yep.
In the St. Lucia run, that is.
It's
I don't know if
gross.
you've ever seen. I don't know if you've ever seen Juneau, Alaska, the offset ILS.
It's that.
It's
No, I have not.
almost like that, except it's worse because you have terrain. So you're essentially at like 200 feet with terrain sloping down, and you've got to roll the aircraft 30 degrees in a bank. And when you roll out, you're in a flare. You're touching down. So there's not. There's not a lot of room to screw around there. So
I feel like that one's going to take a couple tries.
Yep. It's gonna be fun.
Yep.
I gotta get the videos are cut, so they're already done, and I just gotta throw them in the editor tomorrow, and you'll see them on the website for the launch here next week.
And then now that we've got shared flight deck, checkouts are going to get a lot more real.
Oh, checkouts are gonna be real now. Checkouts will be fun.
Yeah.
Oh, wouldn't you look at that? Your engines, they've disappeared.
What are you clicking over there?
Oh.
Where'd my cat?
Flame out, bird strike.
My Caddick go?
What's that?
Where'd my Caddick go? The checkout. Are you gonna get in the EFB and start screwing with stuff?
Exactly right.
So Andrew Green chimed in on the chat and said, "Will you all do a team flight for the World Race for charity for flight doctors?" I'm guessing.
Is talking about World Flight there?
I think so. That's what it seems like.
Well, me and John are both part of World Flight, so that's a firm.
I'd like to do it as a team, get all the coastal folks together. And,
well, I was just about to bring that up, because me and John can each bring one person extra into the sim. If we wanted to plan like a long weekend and go out there, we just need to coordinate that with Rookie and Maverick, and they'd probably be more than happy to host us.
Yeah, it's an option.
Cool.
Just the finding the time that matches up for everybody. That's the challenge.
Yeah.
That's right.
But and maybe one day we'll have a coastal simulator, right?
Yeah.
Well, Jason's halfway there.
Well, that's right. Yeah. If you haven't checked out his streams on Flight Sim Broadcasting Network, you have to. He has a pretty cool setup. So I saw tonight. I didn't realize you had Mad Dog thrust levers.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Because you've got that mounted on your Bravo, right? And then you have like actual, I forget what they're called, but the actual throttle quadrant for a 7.3, right?
Yeah. Well,
A
it's not
reproduction.
It's a Go Flight module.
Oh yeah, that's what I was thinking. This is the Go Flight.
Yeah. But when it breaks and finally breaks on me, that's when I'm going to have to go and say, okay, it's time for the 737 cockpit.
just goes onto eBay and purchases surplus 737-200 parts.
Yeah.
Because most of them are compatible.
It's expensive. I mean, it's a lot of money.
Yeah.
But we could, and what would be cool, and I think what would be fun, is if we did like simulated, if we all took a day off, maybe a vacation time or a couple of days, and we did a full-on schedule.
Oh, that would be cool.
Where maybe it's shared cockpit or something like that. But if we did a full-on schedule where 3 or 4 people are actually streaming it, so you can look at all different streams and because the schedule is like we can all meet up at like Miami or in the Caribbean. We have a ton of flights meeting at the same time and like in San Juan and stuff. So it would be awesome. You'd have one person doing one leg, the other person doing another day, the other person doing like day 4, and they're finishing their day.
Yeah.
I don't know. So it'd be cool like that. And we could do something for our charity because we have OSurge.
Yep.
Who we support. And they're actually on an expedition right now in North Carolina.
Really?
Which is really cool. Yep.
Yeah, I've been seeing that.
They're tagging juvenile white sharks off of Ocracoke, I think Ocracoke, North Carolina. They take the shark. You got to check out their stuff. They're really cool. They're trying to see if the females go offshore when they're pregnant. And they'll go like way in the middle, like deep Atlantic. So that's kind of what they're doing right now. They're taking DNA samples, they're tagging them, and they put tags on these sharks that last a year. So every time the shark surfaces, you get a ping, and you can see their migration patterns. It's just really cool.
That is awesome.
Yeah, I mean, check them out on Instagram. They're fantastic. And
I need to follow. Yeah, I haven't followed them yet. But OSurge is just their Instagram channel.
Yeah, it's in our aircraft that are shark liveries. I don't know if you look on the shark livery on the back, it'll actually have their logo on it.
Okay.
OSurge.
Hey, Jason?
Yes.
I may or may not have broke your airplane.
Uh-oh.
Oh, great. Here we go.
Well, I don't know that I did for sure. I'm about to find out, but that did not feel good.
Well, the best part about that, Nate, is
it's not you paying for it. Yeah. Well, there goes my savings account.
So that's another fun thing we have at Coastal is we have like a virtual paycheck basically. Like we get paid for each flight, and then if you mess an airplane up, it comes out of your paycheck. And like I spent the first month here in the negative.
Oh, I spent the first month here in the negative too.
So I think it's just kind of a rite of passage. It seems. I think the latest guys coming through, they don't. At least I haven't heard them talk about being caught in the negative, but it was.
They seem to be doing all right.
They seem to be doing a good job, but.
Well, for reference, I don't know what happened with yours. With me, it started with on my check ride of all things, a soft landing.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a soft landing for me.
Yeah, that's what got me first, and then I got absolutely slammed into Providence once, and my wing went over.
No. It was the engine that you dragged across the runway.
Then it was the wingtip.
It was
Actually,
and then the wingtip. So you drag the wingtip, then the engine pylon.
I don't think I got to dragging the engine. It wasn't that bad.
Oh,
I
it was
definitely
bad,
scraped up the scimitar a little, but
Oh man, what'd that run? That cost us what? 20 grand?
yeah, something like that. I was in the negatives for about a month and a half after that.
Yeah, these are expensive planes to fly now.
I love it. That's
we
fun.
pay for it.
We pay for it. You know what? I love when I was doing a stream in Tampa. I was doing the NHL charter.
Oh, I
I'm
remember
like,
this.
I'm gonna grease this thing in there and just pay for it.
Yeah.
I got 75 grand in my account. Here we go.
And that you did.
Oh, I did. It was like 20 feet a minute.
So that's why you're not gonna see us aiming for greasers around here at Coastal. Like, you gotta really try to have a soft landing, but not a smooth landing, but not a soft landing, I guess is what I'm trying to say here. Oh man, I'm trying to set up my performance. I was on the takeoff screen.
I hate when they die.
Wasting my time typing all that stuff in, you know?
I hate it. I wished it was like an automatic where it would just be like your landing destination, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, into like Top Cat or something?
No, the EFB.
Yeah.
EFB. Oh, right.
Yeah,
You're in the Mad Dog.
performance.
Sorry. I'm in 737 brain.
Let's see here.
Oh,
yeah, I'm
right.
running my
Key
performance
West.
numbers. 42,
Alright.
48.
Let's see what the ACARS says about what just happened.
Yeah, I'm curious to hear about this.
Oh, I barely just escaped it.
What'd you have?
Negative 468.
Okay.
I was on the numbers though.
It's not a softie.
Hey, I'm getting phone calls. Headquarters are getting phone calls for chiropractor bills.
Uh-oh.
Well, yeah, I kind of cut it a little early on the throttles. And kind of dropped the piano. Well,
One little old lady saying she shrank 2 inches on that floor.
Ouch.
It's all good. We all do it, man. Where were you flying into?
Key West, so at least I have an
Oh,
excuse.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. No problem.
If you're gonna do it, Key West is the place you're gonna do it.
Key West is the place to do
Slamma
it.
jamma.
Yeah, I don't even blink. It's like, okay, yeah, that's good. It's a good landing.
Yeah, landing it on a postage stamp.
Yeah, cool.
Well. Let's see. We're about to begin descent to Columbus. Only 21 nautical miles out, so gotta brief this puppy up real fast. Got the speed set. Landing flaps 40 landing. They actually have a lot of taxiway closures in Columbus right now. I don't know, when was that? You went in there a month or two ago, right, Jason? For hockey? Like a month ago, maybe? Looking for like
Yeah,
Montreal
I was just there a
to,
couple months ago.
but it's
Yeah,
like
it was
South
our
Runway.
Yeah, it was our last week. We went to Columbus, and then we went up to Toronto, Montreal, and that was it. Back home.
But definitely planning to do a. I'm gonna have the brakes on max here. I have plenty of time to cool. It's just one leg. Hopefully it doesn't blow a tire or something. We'll have two
Wouldn't
Mad
that be
Dogs
fun?
down.
That would be really bad.
Kill
I'm only
both of them in one night.
Only requiring 4,250 feet of runway, so I'm gonna try to exit Charlie 5 here on the plate here. You see it, and then we're taxiing up to basically just due north on the Delta 5, and the parking's right over in there. At least where Sean has it set up at.
parking is going to be right up in the. I think it's. Yeah, it's right there by the. No, go up. See where with Delta 5. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, like right. I don't know if it shows the
Yep.
mouse on the screen.
Yeah.
It's right in this area somewhere. So.
Yeah, I'm looking at your stream. It's right in that right just south of the U.S. Customs sign.
Awesome. All right. Well, fix wise, let me make sure this is set up right because they definitely have every type of variety of what could happen on this arrival. Better make sure you chose the right runway. But begin us. Oh, first off, the bottom altitude we're planning for 28 left is 5, so I have that set. We're gonna start descending here soon. It's armed. That's the other gotcha on this Mad Dog I've noticed, Jason, is you really gotta watch that altitude arm because it'll like cut off sometimes randomly. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Like what's going on? I'd like to ask
Really?
Captain Cavu about that.
I don't think it's right. I want to ask him when you pull the altitude, it starts descending before the actual top of the descent.
Yeah. So
that's not right.
See, that's kind of interesting because I've never had that problem.
All right, we're starting our
Granted,
descent.
I've not flown the airplane as much as you guys, but
well, we started our descent now, so that's good. So Scarlet, we're supposed to be between 10,000 feet and 17,000 feet. Yep. And then looks like from there it takes us to Brutus. Yep, that matches up. And then Xavier. Yep, that should be the last one. 210 knots at 5,000 feet. That's when you're landing 28 left. Expect vectors from there to 28 left. And then we have the vectors in here. Looking at Glen Columbus International for the plate. 16th April 2111-3 ILS 28 left. 1175's localizer set both sides. 281's our course inbound. And the final fix a limited. Should be at 2,300 feet. ILS-DA 1015. MSL have that set in the altimeter, then 200 for the DH, have that set in the window. We need a half a mile of visibility. We have 10 miles right now. Ceiling's at 1,300 feet, so not too bad. It's supposed to keep going down, so we'll see what it actually is. Airport elevation's 815 feet. I do have the pressurization altimeter set. 2971, so it actually went down a little bit since we were setting up in Fort Lauderdale. And fix-wise, Buckeye. That's a very fitting name for this area. At or above 33, limited at or above 23, like we said. Only 28 left, and then the published mist is out to, it's a climb to 1,400, then climbing left turn at 3,000, direct Booten, outer marker and hold. Yep. And on the hold in the FMS, let's see, let's make sure it's looking right. 038 inbound left-hand turns. Yep, that matches on the plate. Highest obstacle is a tower, 1,748 feet out to the west, and should have a PAPI on the left, miles are lighting, like we said. If we get to land, right-hand turn off, hopefully at Charlie 5. If we go all the way to the end, we're actually going to make a left-hand turn. Bravo 5, Bravo. And we'll go from there. Bravo 3 across. But all these taxiways are closed. It's not going to show it in the sim, but we're going to simulate it. Alright, so that's all I got. That's all I got. Clouds look like mashed potatoes. So it's definitely cloudy down there. Solid. Nate, what is your favorite flight at Coastal right now?
as it stands right now, probably it's got to be the Charlie West to Myrtle Beach and vice. Sorry, Charlie West to Buffalo and vice versa.
Yep. I think.
I mean, those
That's
two
probably my
airports.
favorite.
Sean, that's your favorite too?
I think going in and out of Charlie West right now is probably some of my favorite. Like the Myrtle Beach to
Yeah.
Charlie West and the Buffalo to Charlie West. I like going into Charlie West. I think it's because that's the place where that's where I had the soft landing occur both times I was charged for it. It was Charlie
Yeah.
West. So it's like
Me
that
too.
is- I love Key West too, but I think it's just you don't get to go there as often. It's like Charlie
I think I'm
West is just this like always in your face airport on that
Yeah.
one trip, you know. It's like, all right, don't get charged for a bad landing, you know. And I like that pressure. So I think Charlie West.
That's cool.
I think I'm just traumatized by Key West. From that landing practice I did where I spent about 6 hours just doing traffic patterns in a 737.
Yeah. Marco Girardi chimed in chat. He said, I'd love to see the EFB and the PMDG, but I've lost faith to have a proper takeoff and landing calculation. I have not even checked to see if they have any updates on that EFB.
They said it'll come out at around the same time as the 777 last time I heard. So.
Oh, really? Wow.
We'll see in a couple of years.
Well, VTP is really good, and it's what we're going to use at Coastal.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. Yep.
It's
yep.
a great program. It's a great program. So when we get the virtual pilot option, it'll be great.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, virtual airline option.
Yeah, so, what is the deal with that? Like, where are they at with that?
Oh,
I think
VPT?
he's working on it. Yeah, he's working on it. He's working on the integration with the virtual airlines.
Because
Awesome.
I think I tried VPT a long time ago and it seemed really good, but then I didn't hear anything more about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've only seen I went on the website. It looked really cool, but I've just been using TopCat on the 7.3, and I mean it works, but
Me as well.
But I mean, at Coastal, I'm gonna buy essentially every pilot will have the rights to it. You know,
awesome.
it'll be under a company account. That's what I'm saying.
Gotcha, yeah.
It's great. I mean, I use it all the time. So.
What are the odds of that? My payload's the exact same as my last flight.
Really?
Yeah, never happens
You
to me.
coming out of Key West?
Yep.
That's why.
I do
It's
like
pretty
that
packed.
Key West turn. That is a fun flight.
I
still
like St. Thomas. I gotta tell you.
yeah. Miami to
do.
St.
St. Thomas
Thomas.
is probably one of my favorites. What's that?
Go
I
ahead.
love St.
Would-
Thomas, but I never get in there enough.
Why not?
As we've discussed, I can't fly that trip right now.
Oh yeah.
Kills your
Going
computer.
into
But, I mean, once we get going in the Caribbean, I won't have a problem. Because
Yeah.
that touches St. Thomas a couple times.
Yeah, it does.
Well, Larry was also asking along these lines, will Coastal purchase the Max when that comes out?
Oh gosh, probably not. Yeah, it's too much money right now.
Yeah, those things are
Expensive.
the hot ticket.
I have my own reasons why I don't like it, but
I mean, that's not if it was cheap enough, I'd buy them, but they're not
Yeah.
cheap.
Right.
no,
They're
they're,
straight
because they're
up
brand
new.
new.
Right?
2A. Well,
Yeah,
we
it's-
have.
Think of hand-me-downs.
All right. Well, we're definitely below
That's my
180
most fired.
now. Gonna do the descent check real quick. Let's see. MSA is checked. Approach and landing briefings performed. MDF. I think that's supposed to say MFD on here. You know what I'm talking about, Jason, on the checklist? It says MDF.
Yeah.
Anyways, sorry. It is cross-check. Altimeter 2971, cross-check. Landing data is confirmed. V-bugs are set at VREF's 40s 131, V approach 136. Radio altimeter audio marker are set and armed. Hydraulic system is set and checked. Yep, 3000 psi, good. Pressurization is, let me look at that really quickly. Checked and set. Set check complete. Thanks. Sorry guys. I was just run my checklist here. I'm good now.
Fly the airplane.
I'm good now. Yeah, we need to add some drag. When I get dinged, I better go to vertical speed for a second. Alright. There we go, I'm good. Just these speed brakes do their job on this plane. 10,000. Alright.
And
check cam signs on.
most of our
Oh, go ahead. Yep.
most of our fleet here at Coastal is like from the last century, so we definitely do like the used airplanes.
That's alright.
Although we will be getting a shiny new toy when the Western expansion releases. 804. That 738, built in 2017, has all the bells and whistles.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the Western flying. I really am. It's been a little while since I've been flying out there, but it's fun.
Oh wow, Flaps 15 takeoff. This is the first time I haven't done a Flaps 1 takeoff in years, feels like.
Columbus International Traffic Riptide 5801 MD-83, 20 miles south inbound, ILS 28 left, Columbus. Alright. 6,000 for 5,000. Oh, yeah, it's gonna make us go back to 210. Alright, flaps 0. Yeah, this arrival will take you straight into a stall if you're not paying attention.
Don't bring that up again.
I mean, this plane will set you up for one. It really will. I mean, I've definitely noticed that. Of all the planes we fly, I think this is the one that will get you. Definitely.
It's unforgiving, that's for sure.
Alright, FMS, override. Let's get down. Switch the heading. Clean it up. Here we go. Wrong thing. Alright. This one. Go down. It's 28. Probably in sight. Glide slope's alive. Columbus International Traffic Group at 5801, 5 mile final runway 28 left. Columbus. And final check landing gear. Down 3 green, flaps, slat lever 40-40. Extended speed brake lever armed. Auto brake is max. Ignition, put that on both. And UAP is checked. I'll check complete. Speed 136 and sync 1000. And we're reducing vertical speed. Auto throttle's coming off. Dang. Man, the engines went crazy on me. Oh, I know why. It went to go around thrust on me. Alright, we're going around. I don't know why it did that. It's like go around thrust. Sim's freezing up. Plus 15. Positive rate, gear up. Let's go 1500 feet. Yeah, that messes you up if it hit the wrong button and it did toga on me. It's not a good thing, eh? We're just gonna hold it up here at 2000. I won't get too slow here. And Columbus International Traffic Group 5801. We're going around. Make left traffic for runway 28 left, Columbus. Let's keep it at 160 for the speed. And pattern altitude is going to be, I'll do 2300. So, whatever. Just here's some commotion in the back. Thankfully, it's still VMC conditions here. That's nice. Alright, I'm going to turn the flight director back on. We're going to get the autopilot going. Altitude holds. Autopilot on. Whoops, autopilot on. Auto throttle on. There we go. Now we're looking good.
Stabilizer motion.
Oh man. I think it's not flying correctly. Autopilot's off. It's diving us down.
Altitude. Altitude.
And we're climbing. I'm about to start scud running in a Mad Dog. Got to watch out here.
Well, you didn't bin it, so that's a start.
No. Well, it went toga on short final because I hit the wrong button on my Honeycomb Bravo. I'm like, yeah, this is not. This is unstable. We're going around, so they get a little more space for this down. Yeah, we're looking good.
Let's make sure
Hey, John,
you keep your queue up.
I'm sorry.
John, Nate, how are you, mate?
Hey, how's it going? All right,
yeah,
Jason?
very good.
Awesome. I'm just out flying a Mad Dog around the pattern in Columbus, Ohio with the soccer team.
You're doing the tour.
Yeah, I actually had to do a
The
go
charter.
around. It's first time on this Mad Dog, on the line at least, or on the charters.
Hey, good
So,
stuff.
Yeah, it's fun. Well, I hit the wrong button on my Honeycomb Bravo on short final and it went toga thrust. And yeah, it's like, and we're unstable. We're going around.
I was having a few dramas with my Honeycomb Bravo. I took it apart this morning and just cleaned some of because the landing gear wouldn't go up and down and the flaps had jammed up. So I just cleaned all the terminals and it works good now.
Okay, good. Well, the old Mad Dog handles well.
Jason?
And Columbus International Traffic, grip tap 5801, left downwind, runway 28 left, Columbus. Just give myself plenty of space here.
Goodbye, Key West.
I have to go check. Brake temperature check, landing gear, up, lights out, auto brake. We're leaving it on. Brake lever retracted. Nope. Leaving it armed for now. Flap side. Wait, let me flip this over. Alright. Columbus International Traffic, grip tap 5801, left base, runway 28 left, Columbus.
Altitude. Altitude.
Correcting.
Altitude.
Actually supposed to be at 2300. I just don't have the enough arms to reach tab and do the 100 feet on the altitude selector.
So stupid. Oh
I
my
know.
gosh.
It's like, if you have the autopilot on, you can do it, but if you're hand flying, good luck. You know.
No way. No way.
That's where that multi-crew cockpit would come in
Oh,
handy.
yeah.
Oh,
You
I can't
know?
wait till we get it for the Mad Dog, because I will be all over that, as I'm sure
Yeah.
you guys will too.
Oh yeah.
Because if there's one airplane where you really want it, that's the one.
Uh-huh.
What's going on with the Mad Dog?
Localize or capture. Wait.
Like
that
in
coming out?
general, or?
Yeah, well, is it who's making it? And when's it due to come out?
Oh, it's already out.
Oh, it is.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's been
Yep.
out for a while now.
I'm flying it right now.
Oh, the Mad Dog. Sorry, yeah. That's the one that Jason was streaming today.
Mm-mm.
Landing gear.
No, not that one.
I was streaming CRJ today.
Plus 40. That's our. Oh,
John's streaming right now, Jason, on VREF Simmer on
okay,
YouTube.
yeah.
flat slow capture. There it is. Alright, approach your final check, landing gear down, 3 lights. Flaps, slats 40-40, extended speed brake lever armed. And auto brake is max. Oh man, my. Engine ignition selector both, and EOAP's checked. Columbus International traffic group 5801 MD-83 short final runway 28 left. Columbus. Alright, now I got the auto throttle off.
400.
Funny things happen at 2 in the morning. Hitting the wrong button. Well, it was way too long before I realized what was going on. I'm like, yeah, this is not good for visual.
Light slow. 300.
Yeah, no, this is gonna be super unstable. Once those JT-ATs get going.
Minimums.
Visual. Yeah, sucker's floating. Get on the ground. Deployed. Extended. This is our exit. We're gonna make it. Make up some of that lost time. Alright. We made it.
Nice work.
I don't think I bent any metal either. So.
Nope, look good.
Got a little busy on the go around, hand flown, but. Well, I turned the autopilot on and it started diving me at the ground. I'm like, nope.
Yep.
Let's reduce the level of automation. Columbus International Traffic Group at 5801, clear runway 28 left, taxiing Charlie 5, Delta 5 to the parking. Columbus. I don't know if you've seen that really good. There's a American Airlines like CRN like training video. It's on YouTube. This captain.
John, did you download the scenery?
I did. I thought I did.
No.
Doesn't look like it. Okay. I thought I did, but maybe I didn't put it in the right place.
It's free. It's a freeware. So.
Yeah, 53. I downloaded something, but I probably Alright, should have a marshaller up here though.
Alright, my man. I'm going to bed.
Well, thanks for stopping in.
See you, Jay. Have a good sleep.
See you, Jason.
See you, Jason.
I've got to meet an airplane in the morning to get it fixed. I'm broke.
Oh God, that doesn't sound good.
That's 18 grand, and the Panthers are not going to like that. I gotta get back to Boston. Oh gosh.
Enjoy.
I might stream it, depends. It's gonna probably be in the afternoon.
Cool.
I'll be at work, so I won't be able to watch it, but
it's all good. Alright.
I'll
see you guys.
See you.
See you.
Thanks, Jason.
Ciao.
See you guys later.
ciao.
Ciao. Cheap chop ciao. Alright. Well, that was fun. That's where it's nice to have. That's where it's nice to have another pilot with you, help out with all the flipping the switches while you're trying to gen airflow anti off. Let me turn off the radar before I zap this guy. Sorry, dude. All right, here we go.
Given the mushy brain syndrome.
Well, it's just hitting the toga switch. Well, so I have my auto throttle switch on my Honeycomb Alpha yoke, which is weird, you know, but that's just a nice way to do that with the Mad Dog, but I just hit the wrong switch tonight. 2 a.m. where I am, so that's what happens.
Yeah, what I've done is I've just undid all bindings for a toga switch. So that way I just press the little screw hotspot. But on the 80 you kind of have to. So I don't know.
I think he wants me to. Okay, yeah. Oh come. Man, these brakes are touchy. Here we go. All right. Made it. We made it. I should check the AP voltage before I did that. Awesome. It's always exciting to complete the flights. Alright, let me get the GPU up here. That's the other thing with this Mad Dog is if you do not request the GPU through GSX before you start deplaning, it won't let you. Like you will not be able to get a GPU. Which is crazy. Alright. Collision's off now. Yep. Awesome. Cool, we got external power. Let me get that hooked up. Alright, let's deplane. Get the boys off of here. They got a soccer game to play.
The boarding requested.
And I hope they lose. Oops, I shouldn't have said that. I'm a Nashville fan, so. Oh man, yeah, I'm actually going to a game later today. It's a noon game, so.
Is that the ice hockey?
No, soccer, Major League Soccer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Nashville SC
Football.
is playing Atlanta United. So, we go into that one. All right, let's see here. Park and check. Fuel tank, pump switches. Let me turn all those off. Yeah. Oh. Tank pump switches are off. Auxiliary and transfer hydraulic pumps. Got the stairs down now, so I can turn these off. Off. Park and brake set. Park and check complete. All right, well, that's pretty much it for this flight. Nate, Jason, thanks for hopping in. Thanks for hopping in.
Yeah, no worries.
Absolutely.
It's a lot earlier here than it is there. It's only it's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon here.
Oh wow! Yeah, you're other side of the world.
Yeah, that's it.
That's cool.
Yeah, I don't know how you guys stay up so late and do it.
Yeah, it's that's
just habit.
It's the stage of life I'm in right now.
Conditioning.
Yeah, the time of day when I can do this. So, yep.
I've got
Anybody
to get up early. I can fly normally about 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, and that's about I think 7 o'clock in the evening on the east coast of the US. So I can still get the busy times, and then this time of the day, yeah, people drop off.
Well,
I'll do this flight, and then I'll jump on today or this afternoon in Australia and pick up the Saturday night flight.
Awesome. I'll be back with you guys in just a minute, but thanks for hopping in on the stream here, and
yeah.
And Andrew Green said thank you, said good job URF Simmer Marco Zerati. Thank you, really fun guys, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, everybody tuning in. Thanks for tuning in to the flight tonight. And if you're interested in Coastal Airways, like to find out more, check out flycoastalairways.com. As Jason said, accepting applications right now. So certainly would love to have some of you or all of you if possible, be a part of the team.
Passengers to boarding
A
starting.
lot of fun. So for now, VRF Simmer signing off. Everyone have a great night, and I'll see you in the skies again soon.
Do you want to deboard crew? Crew to boarding starting. Pilots to boarding starting.